How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another match day live. It's game week 3. It's Fulham at the Emirates. Kickoff in just under 30 minutes. And as always, we're here, we're live. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Like I said, kickoff is imminent. We're going to discuss the talking points of the week and then leading up to the game, our thoughts on the game too. I've got Goonali in the building as well as Nick and Laurie. So show some love, people. Hit the like button. And we've also got Frank over at Info Station too. Big up Frank, big up Frank. Thoughts first and foremost. I mean, like I said, there's some talking points this week that I wanted to bring up. Tierney and Balogun expected to depart, more or less certain to depart in the next couple of days. Tierney alone to Sociedad, no option, no obligation to buy. And Balogun, it looks like a €40 million deal to Monaco, 30 with 10 in add-ons apparently. So, Nick, let's start with you. What's your thoughts on those two deals? And I guess we all expected them to go, but I think people are underwhelmed by them.
I think the Balogun deal is good. £30 million. We are historically bad sellers, as I say every time I come on the channel. £30 million for a player that hasn't proved anything in the Premier League, although they've proved it in the French League. I don't think that's terrible value. Up to 40 million of add-ons, I think is a reasonable deal. Tierney one, I'm less sure on. We have Zinchenko, who has, injury problems. And I know Tierney himself has some injury problems, but with the injury to Timber, which looks like it could be a long-term injury, I thought maybe we might reassess that, and maybe that's why that's a loan instead of a sale. But if we are going to sell him, I'm very happy that he's not going to a Premier League club. I really, really didn't want to see him at a Newcastle or something like that. That could be really, really dangerous. Tierney and Trippier either side would be a nightmare, I think. But yeah, I mean, the loan deal does confuse me a little bit, and these are positions that we're a little bit light in. And I don't know how much more active we're going to be in the transfer market. So it seems confusing, but I'm hoping that they've got some sort of plan, in place, especially for the striker position.
Yeah, you think this might be getting in what we can now, and then in the last few days, maybe bringing in that one more player.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Do you know what? It's a funny one because if I take them two separately, Tierney is hard because I wanted him to be Arsenal captain last season.
Yeah,
it was the start of last season.
When Odegaard
just before. There was the 5 captains that we had, and Arteta took a bit of time to name the official club captain. But now I look, and sometimes I just got to think to myself, the base level of Arsenal is here, and some players that we like are just going to fall below that. And as much as I like him, I just think that he can't do what Arteta wants to do, and it seems to be working. It's hard to question the manager when everything he does more or less turns to gold. So that's the difficulty with Balogun. Get rid. I'm sick of why I don't even know what this is a conversation about. This game even today, it should be a non-starter. It's Fulham, we beat them, no problem. Balogun, who is he? What has he done? Just keep it moving. These people keep talking about this guy he's won the World Cup.
He's about to go into lawyer mode.
He's not Mbappe. This guy's gone to France and he's done exceptionally well. Give him credit. But then you come back to Arsenal, professing that you need to be doing this and you need to be doing that.
You ain't going out on loan.
Come on, man. Who is this guy? Just calm down. Know your role in the team right now and work your way up. But listen, they say people who run from the grind. He's running from the grind. So listen, pasture's new for him and let him be gone. And he's gone to Monaco. That's not a top team in my opinion. So it doesn't even, his whole facade of wanting to go and play and do this, it doesn't even make sense because he's not even going to an established, reputable club right now. So, Newcastle could have gone for him. Everton could have gone for him. Fulham, all of these teams could, if they really wanted him, you would have put the money up because that's what you do, right? When you want to go in for a player, that's what you do. No one's done it. So for me, I'm not that fussed, man. Get rid of him. And behind the scenes, I've heard a few things about, listen, people are going to have their opinion. I trust the people that have told me things. He's not even that of a nice guy, to be honest. He's a bit too cocky and arrogant from what I know. Get gone, man. Get gone.
You should speak your mind more often.
And listen, I'll be honest. Listen, I would have sold him for less. I don't even see what the hype is.
He said, nah, keep the 40, we'll take 32.
Listen, I would have sold him for less, man. He's not even nothing to be crying home about. So we'll see, man. Most people that leave Arsenal, they don't go on to do exceptionally well. I can only think of a few. So we're going to see in it. Back your chat. That's all I want to say.
No, you're laughing for that. Are you going to put up a case in defence, or is it?
But the first thing I want to say is, you know what? I'm glad you took my advice, Lee. What you don't know is that Lee rang me up yesterday and said, Laurie, I'm thinking of getting a new Arsenal top. What do you think? I said, yeah, man, I've got one. go out and get one. He's got one. And I think it's fair to say, look,
you know what? People, we
glad I could
talk
be your
all the time, but
inspiration.
that is absolute BS. We actually talk all the time behind the scenes, but this guy, anyway.
I'm glad I could be your inspiration. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So you man are calling each other before coming
Yeah,
on
yeah.
saying
The man
we're
was
going to wear
reading
this,
me
we're
and
going to wear
asking me,
this
what do you
t-shirt.
think?
You know what?
man
You
are
know
He
saying,
said, what do you think, Laurie? Shall I go out and get it? I said, listen, I've got one. I strongly advise you to go.
No,
'Cause
do you
you've got
know-
bigger guns than me.
No,
so-
do you know, all it was is I was thinking, you know what? You're not going to be on the show today, so it was out with the old, in with the new, right?
No, but on a serious note, with regards to Tierney, I think that move is mutually beneficial. Listen, like Lee, I'm a big advocate of Kieran Tierney. I do think he's been handled a little harshly by the manager, although we have to be honest and say that he does have injury concerns. He's missed, I think it's like 48 games he's missed for Arsenal since he's been at the club. How long has he been there now? 2019? He's been there a few years and he's had problems with injuries. And as Lee spoke about, the inverted fullback role that Arteta's so keen on, it would appear that Tierney doesn't perform that role as anywhere near as well as Zinchenko does, although I think personally that Tierney's a better defender than Zinchenko. But if that's the way the manager wants to play, then fine. And Tierney, let's be honest, he's a very good player, Scottish international. He's not going to want to sit on the bench forever. So the loan move kind of makes sense, especially when you consider that Timber, now he's come in the team, pushed him even further back down the pecking order, but then Timber's injured. So you never know, we may need to recall him at some stage. So that kind of makes sense. But I totally disagree with you on the Balogun thing. I mean, I don't have any behind the scenes knowledge like you do, but the way it comes over to me is that you've got a young man, he's been at the club since he was 8-9 years old. He's 22 now, he's just broke into the American team. We sent him on loan last year to get experience and to do well. He did that, 21 goals was it?
Yeah,
39 games. Couldn't have performed any better really. He's come back.
No, he could have been top. He could have been top.
Okay,
He could have
Mbappe
been.
was top. I mean, come on now.
No, but he
No,
could
no.
have, and he could have outperformed the player.
He could have outperformed for Mbappe, but
No,
hey,
he could have outperformed the player who we all wanted gone only last season, and that was Lacazette. So really and truly, come on, man. Like, I'm not really here to be hearing it, but anyway, I don't want to take that chance. So go on.
Not here to be hearing it, Laurie.
Right. Before I was rather rudely interrupted there, but I mean, I'll let you talk. And you know what I mean? Now, when it's my turn to talk, you're interrupting. But
might need
anyway,
a
it's
reality
all
TV
good.
show, like
It's all
that.
good. But anyway, yeah, so as I'm saying, he went out on loan last year, Turkish. He did very well. I think we can all agree with that. Well, most of us do. He's come back to us. So we have, you know what I mean, problems up front in terms of our main striker is also a bit injury prone. You've got 3 or 4 players vying for that top spot. And from what I can see, apart from a few minutes against an MLS All-Star team, which kind of made sense when you think about it because he's an American international, this guy's hardly featured. Now, if I'm in his position, I'm thinking to myself, look, I'm at that age where I want to be playing football. I need to be given a chance. So he's probably agitated behind the scenes to the manager. Look, I think I need to be playing, bro, because like you sent me out on loan. I've proven I can do it at the top level. Okay, the French league is not the Premier League, but it's still one of the highest profile leagues in Europe. He's gone out there, he's done well. He's expecting to be at least be given an opportunity, right? He's not had that. So I quite understand why you would want to agitate for a move.
But do you think, just to cut in here, because I actually agree heavily with Lee. If you watched the Big 6 the other day, I mentioned
Yeah,
it in
kinda,
the same manner as Lee. You're right. But towards the end of last season, when you're hearing reports that he doesn't want to go back out on loan, and the thing is, I don't want him to go back. At the time, I didn't want him to go back out on loan. But hearing that come out, I'm with Lee. Who are you?
No, but to be fair, you guys said a similar thing last year when Eddie gave that interview.
Do you know what it is for me?
Can I
right?
talk?
So, go, listen, go on.
I know you're bigger than me, man, but
Go on.
the question was addressed to me, so I do have the right to respond. I seem to remember, and this is I'm not throwing shade at you two, but I'm just making a point. When Eddie gave that interview last year, was it? When he said, listen, man, I need an opportunity to show what I can do. I don't think I've been given an opportunity. Once I'm given an opportunity, I know I can do it. Eddie came in, he scored goals, especially when Jesus was out the team. So I kind of see a similar thing with Balogun. They're both young, ambitious, professional guys who want to show what they're worth. Yeah, I've got no problem with him going to the manager. In fact, if I'm a manager, I want that. I want you to come to me and say, yo, man, well, go on, give me a chance to show I know I can do it. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Some people might take that the other way. I mean, it gets.
There's nothing
Laurie,
wrong with it,
yeah.
but how you deliver.
Yeah,
it can
exactly,
be-
yeah.
can
I
be
mean,
determined.
he did it before the season ended, and you didn't know what the landscape was going to be in the transfer window. So you've come out giving your Billy Big Bollocks, you're talking about you want to come back to Arsenal, but you don't know what's going to happen with Nketiah. You didn't know what was going to happen with Trossard. You don't know what's going to happen with the likes of Reece Nelson, because at the time he hadn't signed a new deal. So there could have been space for him to manoeuvre. You don't know what's going to happen in terms of injuries. Jesus didn't start the season, and you just don't know. And football changes. So for you to be demanding something, where you ain't that guy. You ain't got
But how
that
do you
kind
know
of.
he's not been given a chance?
What do you mean? Because you haven't done anything in football to be chatting and giving off this sort of aura.
There's
that you're
nothing
this
wrong
guy.
with backing
Am I
yourself,
up-
though, Lee.
No, there
No,
is.
there
but
isn't. There isn't nothing wrong with
But
that.
there's just a way to do it, and he hasn't done it in the correct way, in my opinion. And that's just. If I imagine I came in and I was like, we know that if you're hosting, you sit there or there. Imagine I was like, no, I'm sitting here. But you can't do that. You can't. There's a way you do.
There
things.
is a way. I
There is
agree
a
with you.
way
But
to do
imagine
things.
if I go to Turkey and say, listen, man, not be funny, bro, but like I've been on this sofa now.
Okay,
I've been
but
putting
that-
in work.
But you're proving our point. He didn't
I
do
can
it like
put
that.
my stats up. You can see it. 37 games, 21 goals. That's less than 1 in 2. Come on, give me a. I'm not saying I should start. I'm saying on pre-season you didn't even play me like
Yeah,
5
no,
minutes
but-
here and there.
But this is where the difference in delivery comes in, because the way it was delivered to us, and I don't think there's many direct quotes out there from him, more so headlines coming out of the camp that I'm not going out on loan again. I want minutes next season.
Come on, man.
Because that's what he
but
wants.
But back yourself for sure, yeah. But if you flip that around and say it in a way where I want to come back to Arsenal, I want to prove myself here, and that is next season. That's basically saying the same thing as you'd said in a different way.
But I wonder how much we've been spoiled a little bit. We're not spoiled with Eddie Nketiah in terms of ability and goals, but we are spoiled a little bit of Eddie Nketiah in terms of his mentality and professionalism, because he did it what we would all consider to be the right way. He's patient, hardworking,
No, but
dedicated, and then
can I
also
interrupt?
just one
You
that
say
no,
that, but
no, you
when-
can't.
no,
No,
but
you
when
can't. No,
Eddie
you
gave
can't.
that
No, you can't.
interview-
Even his
No, you
interview-
can't interrupt.
No,
But
when Eddie gave that interview, you lot all crushed him.
Let me speak.
But I was going to
Including
say,
you.
part of that is down to also the relationship. Arteta's come in, he's been manager for 4 years now, three and a half years, whatever it is. And for most of that, Balogun's been out on loan. So the communication that they have, it's not going to be as slick because they don't have that relationship. I could talk to you a certain way because I've known you for a while. Somebody else might say something very similar to what I'm saying, and you could take it very differently because you don't know that person. So it is one of the occupational hazards of going out on loan, because you don't develop that relationship with the manager. You don't know his mentality and how to communicate with him.
Yeah.
With respect, right, I challenge you guys to go back a year or so, look at the comments when Eddie gave that interview and he said, look, I need more opportunities. I want to be given a chance.
But you see,
Everybody was coming for him.
but-
You were Turkish, you were Lee, you were.
I don't think
No,
I
no,
was.
but
You
But-
did.
no,
All
but-
of you said, oh, who's this guy? What are you talking about? Ooh, number 14 shirt, are you mad?
I think you're mistaken, because around the time I remember the interview and the reaction was more like, come on, bro. Like, for me, it was like, you're not good enough for the chances you asked for. His delivery wasn't bad. I didn't look at him and say, who the hell do you think you are? Whereas with Balogun, some of the things I'm hearing, I'm thinking.
What are you hearing?
In fact,
What are you
in
hearing?
fact, some people
one
bigged up
comparison
Eddie.
is, yeah, look at what Saliba did in
Thank
France.
you very
and in
much.
that year, he didn't mention towards the end that I'm coming back to Arsenal to start or I'm gone. He just came back in, saw what Arteta wanted to do with him. Arteta plays him, good attitude. Now he's our starting centre back.
So are you saying he's got a
bad?
bad attitude? Are we saying? Do we know
Potentially,
this?
because now Lee said, first time I've heard it from Lee. Lee said he knows someone that potentially knows someone in the club, yeah? And he's saying that the rumors
Lee
are...
once told me that Rihanna likes him.
No, but
I mean,
couple
the
that-
man delusional.
Crazy, bro. This guy, listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I won't be surprised either, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but
But listen, there was,
I ain't trying to see for
but
the
Turkish,
sofa, yeah, that'll be-
people were bigging up Eddie when they saw the documentary come out. And they saw his mentality with regards to what he was saying to Lokonga when he was saying, listen, you're sitting here crying about game time, just put in the work. People were giving him that credit and saying, yeah, that, you know what, regardless of what we're hearing, now we can see him directly in this documentary. We can see that mentality. A lot of people gave him credit for that because he was going about things in a professional
But
manner.
no, what I'm saying is, when Eddie gave that interview,
Yeah.
what was your initial response to that interview? What did you say? Be honest, because I
think
remember.
that he didn't score enough goals to be
No, no, no,
demanding.
no,
what he
no,
was-
I didn't ask
I'm-
that.
He's explaining it.
I'm
He's explaining it, 'cause
answering
I
the
know what
question.
he's saying.
I'm answering the question. He didn't score enough goals in the minutes that he had to try and push himself into that Lacazette or Jesus position. So I thought it was a little bit audacious. Do you know what I mean? But he still, I think, earned the right to get these minutes. Now Jesus is injured. He's come in, he's doing his thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no one begrudges him coming off the bench and showing that hard work. I do think there's better out there if we want to go and win trophies, however. That's it.
Let's draw this to a close, and I want to ask the people out there, give us your thoughts as well in the comment section, because Tierney's on the way out, but Balogun too, and that's the one being heavily discussed here. Do you understand it? Is it
By the way, I should just qualify it by saying I've got no problem with him selling him. I'm just saying I can understand why Balogun initially was going for a move.
I get it. And like I said, I want to hear from you guys and girls at home that are watching. Thoughts on Balogun, the sale, the fee. Is it the right thing to be doing? Are we going to regret it later on down the line? Let us know your thoughts. And let's move into the game today. Like I said, coming up to 10 minutes now until kickoff. And I want to go through the lineup. Arsenal lineup first with the home team as well. Ramsdale in goal. Then it's a back four of Partey, White, Saliba and Kivior. Rice, Odegaard and Havertz in the midfield, and Saka, Martinelli either side of Trossard. So a couple surprising decisions. I'd say Trossard. Surprised considering Eddie started the first 2 games, and obviously Kivior there as well with Zinchenko already. I would have thought he would have slotted in. Just looking at the subs bench, Reyes in there for the backup keepers: Zinchenko, Gabriel, Jorginho, Vieira, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Eddie Nketiah and Jesus. I want to start again with Gunali here, because last season you had a few debates with Robbie, and a few times you mentioned Gabriel and your concerns about him. Arteta come out and said Gabriel knows why he's not starting. Yeah. A lot of people mentioned that's more tactical than maybe being upset with Gabriel's performances, wanting Saliba to be the centre point of the back three when we move forward in transition. Do you think it's the right move?
It's tough, because you know what I do want to say? I thought Crystal Palace, that was a much better performance than what people were giving it credit for. I thought we were actually really good. I do think it's actually quite harsh on Gabriel, only because Saliba's so good he can do two jobs. He's that good he can defend against two strikers, or 2 forward players for against opposition. But I don't know about the comments. I don't know if you want to read too much about this whole Saudi thing as well. But I just think that I think he's just trying different things, Arteta. And if I take his words as face value, then it's something to do with the formation. But I do want to say, when Gabriel came on against Crystal Palace, I thought he was also excellent. I thought that was an absolute masterclass performance. Came on, no moaning, just did his job, ushered people out when they, were trying to attack and heading balls away. So fair play to him. But I don't want to lose him. I don't want to be in a position where he's thinking about going, or he's upset with whatever's been said to him. So hopefully it's just that, and we keep it moving in that regards. But yeah, it's a weird one, because it's literally like he played pre-season, he made that one mistake, and then he still played in pre-season, and now he's out. So I'm not really too sure. It's actually not many times that I haven't got much to say, but I genuinely don't even know how to answer that question too much.
Well, if we look at Man City over the years, you could say Ake has been unfortunate. There's times Stones is unfortunate, Laporte unfortunate. Is this part and parcel of being a big team and having to compete with City in modern day football, and the rotation involved? Is this just the development of our squad showing on the pitch now?
I think it is the development of our squad. If you look at that bench, there's so much talent on that bench versus 2-3 seasons ago when what it was. The bench was awful. I mean, we weren't even happy to start an 11, let alone the bench. I think when we're looking at this team now, we want to get more comfortable with inverted fullbacks. Thomas Partey is probably going to be the person that inverts. Ben White is both a centre-back and a right-back. Kivior is both a centre-back and a left-back. And Saliba is a dedicated centre-back. So if we're going to have somebody invert, it's going to be Partey. That's going to leave us with a back three. And they want Saliba to be that central focal piece. And I think we're moving towards more athletic players as well. Ben White's extremely athletic, so is Partey. We've seen his recovery one when he tracked back and tackled Anthony last season against United. Saliba's pretty quick for a centre-back as well. And so we're moving towards a more athletic approach. One of the reasons that we've got Havertz in as well is that height and that athleticism. So I'm not super concerned. We're seeing, like I say, we've heard different things about different injuries and different things like that. All of these players that are in the squad will get minutes across the season. We're playing in multiple cups and the league as well. So we have to be really, really cautious about how we manage this, especially with the injuries that we've already got. So I'm not massively concerned. Gabriel to me doesn't seem like somebody that's going to want to go to Saudi. He's been a big part of this rebuild. He's going to want to see it through to pick up some silverware, especially after we got the Community Shield not last week, a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm not massively concerned about this. And like you say, it's the evolution of football. Everybody gets rotated. When you look at City's team, everybody gets rotated there, and they both, Arteta and Pep, take this kind of harsh approach of reigniting the fire in your belly by freezing you out. Unless you're maybe Haaland or KDB, everybody else has had it. Bernardo Silva wanted to leave at one point last season. Foden was frozen out, and these are key players in that team. And it's going to be very, very similar for us. If we're going to up the levels of football, we need to up the levels of mentality. And I think it is a very tactical decision.
So I don't want to go back into the other debate, but it came to mind when Nick was talking there. Your attitude when not playing is also as important as your attitude when playing. And I guess Gabriel's showing a good attitude in this sense. He comes on the day, he still puts in 100. And maybe when we were talking about Balogun and our reasons for potentially him leaving, where you didn't want to, play your part in the overall bigger picture. So with Gabriel, you understand the decision, the development. Is it part of being a bigger and greater club moving forward?
I must admit, I don't agree with the decision to drop Gabriel. I've got to say, it's got shades of Kieran Tierney about it for me. But I guess you have to trust the manager.
Laurie, who would you drop then if you wanted to bring him back in? If you wanted to bring Gabriel back in, who would you drop? Oh, no, you would have to drop somebody, obviously, yeah. Who would you drop?
You'd have to, yeah.
Or change then, let's say that word, not drop.
There's a few things. I mean, I don't like the party at right back. I don't like Gabriel not starting. I would rejig that. I would keep the back four similar to what we had last year. I think that worked well.
That comes from Zinchenko being injured though. So I feel if Zinchenko wasn't injured, Gabriel would be in there instead of Kivior, and Zinchenko would go and invert. But because Zinchenko's injured, Partey's not going to spend a great deal of time at right back. He's actually going to push into the midfield, which means that whole back, that other three becomes a back three. And that's why if Zinchenko was there normally, we would shift from that side. But instead, we're going to shift from the other side.
So the consensus
but he was injured before that, wasn't he?
Yeah. I thought with 20 minutes the other day, he'd come back in.
Yeah.
Listen, the consensus appears to be that he's doing these changes to accommodate Havertz.
That's what I was about to say. Would you take him out? Is that what I'm saying to you?
And the point I was making when we did the starting 11 show is that let's be brutally honest. Whatever 11 he picks today, we're expecting to beat Fulham and beat them comfortably. Fulham are not in a good place at the moment. We should beat them at home fairly comfortably, I would have thought. That being said, the changes, I'm not sure if I agree with them, but, I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm wholesale against it because, when you're the manager, it's a results game, and if he's won both games so far, even though the performance hasn't been electrifying, but he's won both games so far, and I expect us to win today. Similarly, up front, I've got no problem with Trossard leading the line, but me personally, I would have gone with Eddie. Again, we're likely to win today, so it's not going to be a massive deal. I think the problem will come is when we start, with respect to the likes of Fulham, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest, we will start playing better teams, arguably from next week when we play Man United. So will he continue with these, what we're seeing at the moment?
But you know what, in terms of some of the maybe gripes from last season, consistently playing the same side, he started the season in different form in that sense.
That's what I think he's doing. We need to be able to invert from the left, which we did very, very well last season. Then we need to be able to invert from the right. We need to be able to play with Jesus up top, Nketiah up top, or Trossard up top. I'm really happy to see Trossard starting. We've said Nketiah has worked very hard to earn his place. Trossard very rarely gets starts, especially in the league. And whenever he does come on, he looks very, very good. I think we all agree that if there's a one-on-one chance to be taken edge of the 18-yard box of those three strikers, Trossard is probably the best striker of the ball to actually take that 100%. Shot. So when we come to those teams, the top six teams, the big six, whatever you want to call them, we need to be flexible enough to take whatever approach. Where he fell apart last season was not rotating the squad, but because he didn't rotate the squad, when we got into sticky moments, he was really unable. We remember the capitulation at United. He was unable to really tinker quite the right way because the parts weren't there. And the players themselves weren't ready to come on and do those different jobs. Instead, we should, by the end of the season, in the last 10 games, be able to put any of our strikers up top, any of our fullbacks in these positions, and be able to play whichever way.
You know what, it's funny. It's actually funny that Frank's here. I watched one of his videos on his Instagram. He made such a good point. People complain about Arteta for not being flexible. He makes changes and then we start moaning. So it's actually hard to complain because when he makes the changes, we don't like it. But we're asking him to make changes. We're asking him to be different. We're asking him to do all of these different things. He then does it, then there's a complaint. So, it swings and roundabouts. Basically, he's surmising what Frank said in his video.
Definitely. A couple of super chats have come in. 40 says, City win Premier Leagues and now a treble. Not 100% sure we can afford to be as harsh on our players as City are. if we want to act like City, we need to achieve results like City do. Some may argue that in order to achieve results like City do, you have to start moving like City.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can see both sides
chicken
of the
and egg
coin to
situation.
that, 100%. Romy says, if Jesus played the way Eddie has the last 2 games, people would say, quote, Jesus brings more than just goals. It's how he plays and draws fouls. So Romy thinks people, or maybe Arteta's being a bit harsh on Eddie not starting here. But I think Trossard's not getting the minutes he deserves has been quite harsh too. I think that's something we're going to have to get used to. I don't think it's
As I said,
necessarily
I've
harsh,
got
it's
absolutely no
competition.
problem with Trossard starting today. In fact, it almost struck me as if the manager looked at the game and thought, you know what, Trossard, let me see how he gets on up front.
Listen, we've got 2 minutes until kickoff. The players are coming out now. Let's go and hear from Frank over at Info Station.
Yes, people, welcome along to the information station. Just as the players are coming out and lining up, I've got a few interesting stats to give you guys before it kicks off. The first being Arsenal have never actually lost a home game against Fulham, winning 24 and drawing 6 of their last 30 such meetings. It is the most one team has ever faced another at home without losing in English league history. So that's a very interesting stat ahead of the game. And then also congratulations to Bukayo Saka, who has now broken the all-time Arsenal record for most consecutive Premier League appearances, making his 83rd consecutive Premier League appearance in a row. So fantastic stats there going into the game. In terms of a prediction, I'm feeling really confident about this game. I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Fulham 0. Come on, you Gunners.
Love Frank. Started off the predictions. I've gone 3-0 as well on every show that I do throughout the week. Lee?
You know what? I want to say 4-0. Because I feel like I want Havertz to get a goal, and I think the other 2 wingers will get a goal with Trossard playing. So, and then some. Yeah, I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0. Nick?
Yeah, so you guys taking my prediction. I thought 3-0 as well. We need to see clean sheets from this team. You know, we're talking about the evolution. That's the next
100%.
evolution. But
100%.
You saw a clean sheet against Palace.
yeah,
But
it
at
wasn't
home
convincing.
is important as
Yeah,
well when
yeah,
you look
yeah.
last year. Laurie, no prediction saying buy 2 goals. We want 2 numbers.
On the starting 11 show, I actually said 3-0 to Arsenal. I said it would be at least 2 goals, but probably 3-0. So I'm staying with that. 3-0.
So 4 of the panel are going with 3-0 and Lee's going with 4-0. Give us your predictions in the live chat. Listen, I see over 5,000 of you watching. Love for the love. Hit the like button, people. I don't even think we've passed 1,000 likes yet. So right now, let's pass 1,000 likes. Kickoff is under a minute away. And it's Fulham at home. I haven't even read out the Fulham side. I'll do that real quickly now. Leno's in goal, a return for him.
Hey.
Then you have Robinson, Bassi, Diop, and Tete, the back 4. Is this Bassi's debut? I believe. Or
Yeah, no, I think he played. Didn't he play last week? Did he not play last week?
Maybe. Polina, Pereira, and Lukic, the midfield 3. They have Jimenez up top, and the Cordova, Reed, and Wilson either side. So that's the Fulham side there.
They're not a bad team.
We shouldn't be conceding against.
That's
this
not a
team.
bad. That's a good midfield though. But we should, you know, we have some athleticism and some height in our midfield now. But that midfield is a talented midfield.
We shouldn't be. I mean, I know. Shout out to the podcast that you do with Jordan and obviously Judges and James. I think Jordan asked for 19 clean sheets, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that was the number he said. We need to be getting some of these at home, man. It's not good enough. I don't know why we keep conceding these silly goals. Like, we should have really had 2 clean sheets already this season. Really and truly. We shouldn't have conceded against Nottingham Forest. And then today, obviously, you know, say last week we had a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. So it's strange that we keep conceding so many goals at home. So, I don't know.
We do seem to lack We seem to lack concentration towards the end of the game and like matching the same level of intensity. And that's. Imagine now we have someone like Gabriel coming off the bench to see games out. Last season we had Holding coming off the bench for the last 10, 15 minutes. You know, now we may have Trossard or Jesus coming on when we would have previously had Nketiah or someone else. So, you know, we can with this squad, we can see games out and match the same level of intensity.
Yeah.
You know, what we're not doing, when we go a goal or 2 up, going into 70, 80 minutes, we need to keep attacking and not sit back and welcome that
Get
energy.
a goal or 2 up. We're having some technical difficulties here. We have kicked off and we have conceded already.
No way.
Oh my God.
Pereira has scored for Fulham.
No
Like
clean
I said,
sheet.
we're having some technical difficulties here, so I haven't seen the goal. But
There's no way on this earth.
first
It's Bournemouth.
I don't believe that's
Pereira
true,
has
bro.
scored.
I don't believe that's
Unless
true.
VAR get involved. Like I said, I haven't seen the
No way.
situation yet. But right now it says Andres Pereira has scored for
No
Fulham.
way.
How can that, what, straight from the kickoff?
It was
Again.
like Bournemouth last season.
And Nottingham Forest have scored against United in other news. So
No
2 early
way.
goals. Arsenal down 1-0.
And apparently Ramsdale was
United down
it was
1-0.
Ramsdale's mistake. And Saka as well. I'm reading some crazy stuff.
Someone says Saka, come on, loose pass. A few people are saying Saka. I haven't seen anything in the chat saying Ramsdale. It was a pass back from Saka, apparently. And Rich says Saka's fault clearly. But why is Ramsdale so far out? You're not an outfield player, bro. Hopefully we can get these technicals sorted because I haven't seen anything from it yet. I'm relying on some of the people in the chat here to keep me updated. But we're 1-0 down, so all of our predictions are out the window. That clean sheet we wanted at home out the window. And I can't lie, we started far too many games like this at home last season.
Bournemouth, Southampton. When are these players going to...
Fulham, in the first 2-3 minutes of the game, we're going consistently all at home. All at home, away. 11 clean sheets since the start of last season. 11, that's 4 more than Man City and I think Fulham in second place. But at home, I don't know what it is.
I'm flabbergasted.
I'm actually...
It's not even like we're a team that we, as soon as kickoff, commences, we go all out attack. We're a team that looks for control.
You know what that strikes me of though? If that is indeed the case that we are 1-0 down, it's gross lack of concentration, possibly overconfidence.
Yeah, it's a
point of arrogance.
I saw some people... Sorry.
Yeah, it's not acceptable.
I saw some people commenting on us getting David Raya and saying that the reason they didn't feel super confident about it is because the goalkeeping position is a position where you want a lot of stability. And what you don't want Ramsdale to do...
It's confirmed.
And what you don't want Ramsdale to do is start trying to compete with David Raya and do things like coming out super high up the pitch and almost overly trying to show off to keep his position. Yeah. You want someone stable. And obviously people are saying that actually he was quite far out of the goal.
You can't lose your head because of competition.
Exactly,
You've got to kick on, but you've got to do it sensibly. Forest have gone 2-0 up against United in the first 5 minutes there at Old Trafford.
That makes me feel slightly better. Oh, Martin Ødegaard, beautiful
Come on,
pass.
man, let's get one back straight away. Come on. Oh, that is poor, man.
That was poor,
I'm fuming.
Martinelli with a chance there. Listen, we're all fuming. We're 1-0 down to Fulham. Technical sorted. We just had a chance there. I think Martinelli should have done better. But let's head over to Frank on Info Station and get his thoughts.
Yeah, guys, so as Turkish said, we were having some technical difficulties at the time, but I have just seen a clip of the goal, and it is just poor all around. It's a poor pass from Bukayo Saka, and I don't know what on earth Ramsdale is doing for the goal. He gets beat at the near post, he's well too off his line, and Fulham have taken full advantage of that. It's not a good enough start. We need to be quick to react to this now, because this can't be happening. Come on, Arsenal.
I've just seen the goal back, and my first thoughts are, I saw the goal back without the back pass, but my first thoughts are, what is Ramsdale doing? I can't lie.
Wow.
In effect, the man's just dug his own grave.
Well, we'll see, because apparently Saka's pass back wasn't great, and that might be the first problem. But from what I'm seeing right now on Twitter, then it's bad footwork from Ramsdale, trying to get back on his line and getting done in the near post. That's what it looked like on the video I've just seen on Twitter. But
you know what's going to happen from here now? The whole week, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Could it be that, I'm speculating here obviously, but could it be that maybe the pressure's starting to reach Ramsdale?
That's what I was saying about having David Raya come
against Crystal Palace though. He was good. He was, but So we can't pick and choose when we want to say that's pressure. We're at home. Yeah. We're at home, man. Come on.
But the thing is, it's against Palace, I'd agree, good, but when called upon. And when called upon, it's kind of...
But you know what I was going to say?
How many times was you called upon against?
And my only other thing I'm going to say is, we can't even say that because this isn't the first time. We never keep clean sheets at home, and it's always these early goals that we keep conceding. And the only reason why we can get angry and moan is because we're trying to win a title, and Man City probably wouldn't do this. So we need to have clean sheets. That's what defenses are made on, clean sheets, right? Defense.
100%. A lot of the chat are still saying it's 100% Saka. Like I said, we've only seen the clip once, people, only on Twitter. So when we
regardless of whether it's Saka or Ramsdale,
it's a problem.
What I would say is this, right? If you're the manager, you must be so frustrated. You spent all week
that game plan
in preparation for this game. You would have spoken to these players time and again about concentration, not making unforced errors, not making mistakes. And within a minute of the game starting, you go and give away a goal at home. It's almost unforgivable, really.
it's sending the same messages. That's what I'm pissed off about. And that's the same against Forest. I was pissed off when we conceded the goal, not because I was worried they'll get back into it. Because again, last season we showed we can see out games. Towards the end, we fucked up a few times. Yeah, that's where we lost the league. But
I mean, I'm looking at the manager now. Look how frustrated he looks.
Especially against teams like Fulham, because these teams are normally going to set up against us very defensively. So giving them an early lead like this, they can try to shut up shop. We should have the talent to still break them down, but we're making it way, way harder for ourselves. It actually would be almost not as bad against a team that is a Big Six team, because they're going to be more open. They're going to keep attacking. It just puts pressure on everybody. But listen,
It does.
We have the talent. We all said we should be scoring 3 or 4 against these guys. So long as we can stick to doing that, we should go on to win the game. But yeah, it doesn't bode well.
Just predict 4-0 and then all of a sudden they concede?
Same happened against Bournemouth. We
How-
said the same thing.
I don't
Poor
understand.
pass again. Is that Saka again? It's another poor pass from Saka. Tried to pass it to Ben White. It's went straight back.
To be fair, Saka wasn't great against Crystal Palace for bits and bobs, but he wasn't amazing.
But again, we're looking at a player that doesn't have the level of competition to really push him. And we've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel, we've got Jesus, we've got Trossard. The drop off if Saka comes off for a Reece Nelson or a Smith Rowe if he's fit, there's a huge drop off versus some of the other positions. And this is the problem.
I don't even think it's that deep. I just think it's lack of concentration.
It is lack of concentration, but what I'm saying is no matter how bad Saka performs, or not bad Saka, no matter how many mistakes he makes, we can't really rotate him without drastically affecting the team. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't have that level of competition for him.
And if concentration is a running theme, then that's a bigger problem than just concentration itself.
Yeah.
Because Arteta, he pays attention to fine details. You think last season when we conceded in the first couple of minutes, he ain't getting onto them?
Yeah.
100% he is. Pre-season against United, he kept them man out to train in after a pre-season game because he was not happy. So you're right, Laurie, it is concentration. But again, at home, it's like, come on.
It's unacceptable.
It's
Totally
so bad. It is really, really bad to concede against a team where, it's Fulham. They've lost their most potent striker who scored, 15 goals or whatever it was last season. It's just weird.
Got the ball just outside Fulham box, tried to get it in once, it's been headed out. And Havertz there with a ball heavy for Odegaard, but he's got it, he's kept it in. Listen, we've got to start building attacks now because we are struggling. And the point on Saka not playing well against Palace, the same can be said for Martinelli. When you look at the changes, all forms of transition that we had from last season have changed. Midfield, the transitions changed. We've got Rice in there, we've got Havertz in there, Partey's now right back. Right back, the transitions changed because Saka doesn't have Ben White overlapping. Left back, the transitions changed because Martinelli hasn't had Zinchenko and Xhaka on that left-hand side. So every form of our transition, whichever side you want to look on the pitch or centrally, it's all different this season. So I think, we'll get the best out of it if it is the right way forward after international break. But we started this poor. I want to just put these men to bed quickly. And then Man United next week.
You know what? It's funny because as a top team, you shouldn't have to go life and death against some of these teams. There needs to be an element of control where, for 60, 70 minutes, you're leisurely beating these teams so you can start taking players off and then you can kind of keep players fresh. But if you've got to keep players on and go to the 90th minute, not only is it the physical, toll, but the emotional toll, having to come back and, drag yourself up for these games. It shouldn't be like that. And that's the annoyance. That's where, are these players learning? Are they going to actually get to a point where this is a title challenging team and not just where the bridesmaids that everybody keeps saying that Arsenal are or Liverpool were with the whole Man City, era. So that's the part. It's not just the physical toll, the emotional toll going, as I said, life and death against some of these teams. It should be
and welcoming that pressure
forward.
against bigger clubs, welcoming that pressure. If this is Fulham, we saw it at Southampton, we saw it at Bournemouth. Of course, the Haalands, the Rashfords, they're going to be licking their lips, going, "Yeah, can't wait to play these.
Yeah.
We can get onto them. We can make them make mistakes. They've got mistakes in their game." We seem to be doing long diagonal passes, trying to get around the defence.
Lovely.
Go on.
Is it 1-1? Oh, I thought that was in.
What's going on?
How did that go?
What kind of...
It was Havertz. Oh,
What's going on?
he's on a race against Mount to get their first goal.
Wait, hold on. Where did the ball go?
Oh, I
Beautiful
expected that
pass
net
from
to go.
Bulge.
That's it.
Ben White.
No. Oh, was that a defender? It must have been a defender.
I don't think it was.
Oh,
Did the defender beat him to it?
No,
Or-
no, he's hit. No, Havertz has hit that.
bring that camera
It wasn't
closer,
on
'cause I don't know
target.
what's going on
Bro,
there,
what
man.
the hell?
I don't know what's going on there. It should
Havertz
be
has
1-1.
just cleared the ball
people.
from 2 yards out of Fulham's own net.
Ball to the back post.
Yeah.
Saka there. Well,
That back
way.
post
To it.
pass is on though. Let's build on the positives. That back pass is on. The long diagonal switch is on.
That's mad. I don't
Yeah.
understand how you missed
I need
that.
to see that again.
That must
I
have
don't
been
want
a
to see that.
defender.
No, it wasn't.
That must have been a
It
defender.
wasn't.
Yeah, we
Because-
can't change what happened. innit?
Yeah, I don't
See
want to see it
just
again,
gonna
bro.
make
Do you know what I'm
man
saying?
angry.
It happened. Let's just. Do you know what I mean?
All right,
Just
well,
calm. Declan Rice is going to lick one from the edge of the box. I can feel it.
The only
Yeah.
good thing is at least Havertz is getting in those positions. Look, as an optimistic person, if you want to do that, then
Do you feel the same about Eddie Nketiah?
no.
His movement's good. Come on, Lee.
I don't know about that one, but yeah.
we're getting a hold of the game at least,
Yeah.
and we just created our best chance.
That is poor.
It
Come
should
on,
be
boys.
1-1, and the loose ball there probably going to
Communication's just not quite there. You know, extra, like we said, extra pressure when you go and concede early. But it's only 12 minutes in.
No, I think they've got to show that again. They've got to show
Oh,
that
here we
again.
go.
He can't have touched that.
Really
be
well
the
played
defender.
from. I bet it's him. It's him. I told you.
No, that looks like the defender though.
That's him, man. He's got.
defender.
That looks like the defender.
It looked like that come off Havertz.
That's
to me.
Havertz, bro.
Yeah,
That's
it was
Havertz. That's Havertz.
I don't know, the
It
guys
don't
are-
matter. They've both challenged for it, so it's marginal. But yeah,
Defender's legs seem to go underneath his.
But it will go down as a chance, squander.
of course.
Yeah.
for sure.
Leno taking a little while to pick up the ball. We're going to have to get used to that. But they added on at the end of both halves, so...
I mean, we're registering like nearly 80% possession, but
We always will against Fulham, though.
not really created too much in the way of chances apart
We
from
did
that
this
one that we
last
just
season
spoke
against
about.
them as well.
Yeah, a different way, but yeah.
I do agree with Nick though. Once you concede an early goal like this, the trajectory of the game is a little bit
Beautiful
of pressure.
pass from a little bit over here, but Ben White's passing so far is really, really good. Passes over the top, long diags. Martinelli.
I think Havertz is going to.
Because it's one of those, the longer the game goes on, the more pressure does come from even the fans in the ground.
Again, the importance of the bench when you've got Eddie Nketiah. I know he's not the best finisher,
Go on,
but he's
go
going
on,
to
go
chase
on.
down. Ref?
Come on,
Referee.
man.
No foul.
That's a dive. That was a dive, sure.
Okay, at least there's some consistency.
But that should have been a yellow, no?
There should have been a foul, I thought.
Is that cheating? Where no, that's a yellow. no?
Simulation, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, but the way he threw him...
yeah, to the ground.
Trossard holding his back. He's up though. He needs to get in the game a bit more as well. I haven't seen him in the first 15. Arsenal have the ball.
That is
We are still
madness.
losing 1-0. I've got a super chat here from Crosstech saying...
Loose touch from Erdegaard as well. Everything just seems to be off. Everything seems
I
to
think
be
that's
off.
what happens sometimes. When you go down
I don't think it's
and
just
you don't get the goal back straight away, this is what can happen. Just, all of a sudden,
overthinking.
that pressure to try and restore things.
Yeah. Look, when do we see Erdegaard take touches like that?
Again, the concentration was a little bit
Ramsdale
off.
Got in his hands, and we play out the back. Super chat from Crosstech saying Saka's played 80 plus matches without a break. It's focus fatigue and lack of competitive pressure to help ground him.
I agree. I absolutely agree. You want to keep, yes, he's young, but you want to keep him as fresh as possible. You know.
But would you really have dropped him for today's game?
No one said
No,
drop
no,
him.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
So what are you saying then?
I'm about to tell you if you let me finish them. Of those 87 games, over half of them, we should have had someone, especially a lot of those games where we're winning the game, games where we're winning 2-3-0, he doesn't need to see out the full 95 minutes. There's no need for that. There needs to be a Reece Nelson or a Smith Rowe or someone coming on and
Squad rotation.
that squad
Yeah,
rotation,
yeah.
100%.
But isn't this the type of game where you do use your squad rotation because this is a bottom for the team? Some people are saying, look, the way they have not brought the players in, that this is a team that could go down. So you should be looking at maybe a Reece Nelson. Go and take a chance. You should be looking at, in normal circumstances, a Trossard or an Eddie coming in for the Jesus, who's the main striker, to come in and make a difference. This is the type of game. So it shouldn't actually be a thing where, you could have dropped him for this game, or not drop him, rotate him for this game. Like, it wouldn't be strange because it's Fulham at home.
Come to the ball, man. What are you waiting for? We're not sharp. Fulham are coming out of it. We're not sharp, man. I don't know.
And you know what, as
We're
well,
losing
the
a lot
amount
of
of
the physical
times,
battles.
amount of times Fulham have put that ball over the back of our, and you know, we've been chasing it back. Man United, they're going to be listening. I'm not saying they're a good team, but they're going to be licking their lips thinking with Anthony,
Oh, Partey there.
That should definitely be a foul, ref.
with Rashford over the top, Jadon Sancho over the top. Like, they're going to be thinking about that. So
There's a couple of Arteta starting to get quite animated.
As well he might.
Yeah, because that definitely should have been a foul on Thomas Partey, 100%. No ball in that challenge at all.
come on, don't waste time, man.
Christian Eriksen's got one back for United. Rashford assist. And it's 0-0 in the other games. Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Wolves. But I believe Brentford have a big chance now. So
It's a poor throw. Straight to the Fulham player.
That's better. That's better.
Go on, turn.
Out wide, go out wide. Nice.
Touch.
Just be direct.
Go on, Martinelli, man. Go on.
Nice.
That's great feet. Unlucky. That's
lucky.
just so much better. He's
Good save by
he's-
Leno.
he's got the ability. Martinelli just dazzling two defenders there and getting a shot off, but not precise enough for the finish.
Nah, man. Need that more in the corner. Need that more in the corner.
Look at that. Just drops the shoulder.
Inside.
Bang.
Nice. He should have probably done better, if I'm honest.
Should do better there. Yeah, I
How
agree.
well he done.
But that can give us that confidence, do you mean? That's what we need, that momentum.
Oh, lovely ball. Oh, nice. Edge of the box.
Go! What are you doing?
It's coming. It's coming. It's
but
coming.
what's
Be
he
diving
doing,
in there.
though?
He should be diving in there.
coming.
That guy mad. What's he actually
he should be
doing?
diving in
You
there.
would have expected Havertz to be on the
Yeah,
end.
to
Bro,
end
I
that.
expect any player that's there to try and go for that.
Oh, that's lovely play though. And that's
is
Havertz, look,
nice.
getting into the box. Look.
Look. Gets
a
in. You
great
called for it
pass.
though. He actually.
That is a
He actually
great-
put his hand down and
But
called
do you know what
for
it is?
it.
He used to play for Chelsea. He's not expecting that to
No,
actually
but
come
the
across. innit?
problem
Do you know what I'm
is
saying?
that
we're too much better, blood. We need to get up to that
we
Arsenal
can joke
level.
about that, but the problem is he's actually was the false nine, so he should actually be getting into those.
I thought the lack of anticipation was
Come
poor
on, man,
there.
that's
Yeah.
poor, man.
Nah,
Right, here we go,
We
corner.
should actually be 2-1 up.
100%. But it's coming though. It's happening. Don't worry.
Go on,
someone.
finish. What
Oh
are you
my
not doing?
goodness.
Who was that?
Declan Rice. No, it was Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Martinelli, what are you doing,
Nah,
bro? Come
ref.
on, man.
Almost chopped his leg off. Ref.
I think that is going to be a yellow card. for
Jimenez getting a yellow card there.
Bro, almost chopped his leg off.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Of course, Laurie, bro. I'm telling you, man.
me see that
You
again.
be cheerleading for the wrong team, man.
Let me see.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
They're not sharp though. You can tell in it. They're not sharp, man. Bro, Laurie, that was a scissor tip. Both studs showing. Are you joking me?
I'm not so
He didn't get
sure.
much
Oh,
of the ball.
come on, man. This guy, man. I tell you.
What do you want? A straight red for
Bro,
that?
just go and put your
That's a
Fulham
yellow
pom-poms
card.
on, man.
What do you want?
Go and
Straight red for
put your Fulham pom-poms on, man.
What did you want for
Go
that?
on, man. Come on, man. Bro, that's a yellow
It's a
card.
foul. We got the foul. We got the free kick. Come on.
So you said you're not sure.
I'm not too sure.
No, because he was saying send the man off.
He didn't say
basically.
that. He just said it's a foul.
No, you didn't. You said more than that.
Yo, this guy's crazy, you know. I'm telling you, bro.
You're hearing what you want to hear, blood.
This guy's crazy.
Chance to get the ball in the box, still 1-0 Fulham, but we've now had 3 pretty good chances to get back in the game.
That's a joke.
Martinelli really should have done better
100%.
Yeah.
I need to see that. Did the defender get to that first as well? Because
No, it was an awkward height. He was waiting for it to come down, and the defenders had time to get in front of it. Saka tried to squeeze it in the near post on a cheeky one.
Good idea.
But yeah, it was like shoulder length height, and as he's waiting
Yeah.
for it to come down, it's just a little bit awkward. But
Cool.
I don't even know if he meant to try to squeeze that in, if that was a poor free kick. I can't actually tell because we've been fairly poor from our corners and set piece deliveries since the beginning of the season. So we need to be beating the first man and get this in there. We've got good attacking people for height, good athletes
I
in
think
there.
it's something we brought into this season, near post corners, because most of them are going near post. Oh, there we go.
That one's overhit,
Yeah.
almost.
You got to hit it.
Trying to bring it down in the
don't know
box.
if that was
at
Kivior
right.
or-
Come
I
on,
don't know
man.
who
You
that
ain't
was.
got time for all of that. You just
that
got to
Kivior?
hit it. You could have gone anywhere.
If it was Kivior, I understand.
Yeah, because it just
Right.
looked so awkward. I thought that's not an attacker. I think that could have been Kivior.
Saka down the right, 1-on-1. Nice. Drop of the shoulder.
Is
Too
that, I mean,
congested there, man. 5 Fulham
yeah,
players.
it's a strange time to be trying to do that 1-2 there. So many players there.
Counter attack. Who's that? Is that Declan Rice?
Fulham on the breakdown.
Yeah.
No, that's Rice. That's right.
Right hand side there, left, ball in, cleared. Odegaard.
Nice
Lovely
ball.
pass.
Get it under. Poor.
Trossard, please. Come on. You're so much better than that, bro.
What are you doing?
is going on? Oof. Oh my.
Fulham nearly made it 2-0. Raul Jimenez with a scissor/overhead kick after Saliba, I think. Was it
Yeah.
Saliba?
Yeah.
Poor header. He didn't know where he was. Nah, that's poor.
Ben White.
It's Ben White, yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. We shouldn't be going life and death with these kind of teams,
That
bro.
was poor from Ben White, man. He didn't know what was going on. That was an effort. Ramsdale thought it was in. Nearly looped back post.
That
Very
was,
What
that
goal
was
that
great
would've
effort,
been.
to be fair.
What
Outside of
goal
the
that
right
would've been.
boot as
That
well.
was-
And you know what? That's
great
what we're lacking. We're lacking a bit of a gamble. We're lacking someone trying something that's not necessarily part of the game plan. You know, we're playing a little bit conservative, and we've been doing that so far this season, playing
That's
a little bit
great
safe.
ball. Hold it up. Where's the support? Lovely.
Trossard and Havertz down our left-hand side now. Martinelli in the box.
Unlucky.
I don't mind gambling there.
That was
the,
right.
the
That
flick
was-
over on the edge of your own 18-yard box.
But they're just getting out way too
Oh,
easy.
look at
Way
this
too
from
easy.
Fulham.
Nice football from Fulham.
No foul.
It's 2 on 3.
No foul.
They're getting into the box. Jimenez, block shot out.
Do you know what I was going to say? I think he probably should have brought him down, to be fair, rather than let him get into the box.
No way.
Still 1-0. Fulham have a corner. 20.
Fulham is starting to look a bit more confident.
played.
It's
Yeah.
almost like they're saying we've rode out the first 20 minutes. Let's have a little.
But once you weather the storm, they're 1-0 up. We've thrown not everything we've got. We've thrown a good few attacks at them. We've not been able to get real clean shots on target. They can start playing with a little bit of confidence. We're giving them their confidence now.
And that might work better for us to create chances on the other end while
true.
Fulham get ready to take this corner. Frank, what do you make of the first half of the first half?
Listen, it's not been the best of starts so far from the Arsenal. I've got a stat here, very interesting stat indeed. Arsenal have conceded inside the first minute in 3 of their last 9 Premier League matches at the Emirates Stadium. Bournemouth, Southampton and Fulham. Now, the concerning thing for me here is they are smaller teams. So maybe we're going into these games, starting the games off underestimating these smaller teams. And eventually it will cost us. Thankfully, in those games, we've got the win against Bournemouth. We've got the point against Southampton. We're yet to see what happens in this one as Fulham have another chance. It's not been cleared. We need to be a lot better. I think we're registering about 72% of the possession. So the ball is all Arsenal. It's just about what we do with it going forward. We need to get back into this. We need to get back into this game.
And Fulham there just had another opportunity, ball in the box, a bit of pinball, a couple of shots that were blocked. And yeah, Laurie's right, Fulham are getting more and more into this game, but that could create opportunities for us on the other end. We just haven't shown, as much as we've had 3 big chances to score, there's just a certain sharpness we're lacking at the moment.
That's
You
there
see
again.
the passes, I mean, Partey tried to find Saka around the outside on the right, and the pass was just too poor. Cut out by Fulham, but we were back in possession.
It's exactly what people were concerned about
Go
when
on.
we signed Havertz, is that he's a good technical player. He's obviously got some professional football pedigree. He's played in the Premier League for a long time, Champions League winner and whatnot. But when that ball drops to him, what is he? He's not a natural athletic box to box. He's not a natural goal scorer. You know, he's a jack of all trades and master of none. And you know, we need someone right now that can just get us over the line.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm still a little bit just waiting for him to explode, but I'm not putting this on Havertz.
Neither am I.
The
But
amount of times I've said Partey's name, the amount of times I've said Saka's name in a negative light, the amount of times I've looked at the defence in a negative light. So in truth, listen, dare I say, Havertz is probably looked at one of the better players. He's getting in position.
I agree with
So
you.
yeah, like
I agree, but Chelsea fans spent 4
do that.
years waiting for him to explode, and he just never exploded.
No, but that's not the point though. If you're looking directly at this game, because that means you would be showing an agenda. If you're looking at
That's
this
not
game,
an agenda.
no, that's what it would show, because you're talking about another team. We're talking about now in this specific game.
Yeah.
We're not winning. The reason why we're not winning, in truth, hasn't got to do any. Look. You can't
Again.
put Havertz on that.
Again, who was that?
That was Saliba.
That was Saliba.
It's going through the team. This is my point. So I'm not going to sit here and start.
I'm not
digging
blaming
out.
it all on Havertz. Pereira has a strike. It's
Yeah,
gone
no,
wide.
but it doesn't
I'm not
matter.
blaming it all on Havertz, but there have been 2 clear-cut chances where Havertz could have equalised. So
But
it's on a lot of other people. I'm not
it's
singling
on
him
the,
out.
Yeah, it's
but
on the team. Yeah, but I'm talking more on other players than him. He's not the reason why
communication there.
we're doing poorly.
It's the problem with having Partey at right back is that he's the guy that you want in that
He's
pivot.
the controller.
He's that controller in that pivot, and that you've taken out. I know Declan Rice is in there and can do that job, but your natural person to do that is no longer there.
Fulham with another shot, I say just wide. It caused concerns for Ramsdale.
They have looked quite
Flying.
threatening on the break, Fulham, to be fair to them.
And that's the worry is we've got Man United next, and that's all they're going to come and do against us. They're just going to sit in and try and take the lead that way, and they're a much more potent attack than what Fulham have.
I think it's fair to say that none of us foresaw this. None of us did. It's poor.
I think a lot of us just hoped we had to raise this sort of start.
Good
to games
physicality from Saka. That's
last
much
season.
better.
Nice, Saka. Go on. Nice,
well
keep
played.
it moving. Going down the left-hand side.
Come on, it's too slow. You've got to
Yeah,
move the ball
it's
quicker. And do you know what? Dare I say, this is where maybe someone like Tini would be good, getting down the outside. Getting down the outside, offering something different. That's why, some people find the loan a bit strange.
To be fair to Fulham, though, they have kept their shape quite well and they've defended well as well.
But we need to get players in positions to move people out of positions. And that's where someone like Tini might have done
Saka's
something.
drifted all the way over to the left-hand side.
Nice.
Good
Havertz.
physicality from Havertz. No. Ref's given that as a foul.
Come on, Nick, say it louder. Come on, talk about Havertz, say it louder, mate.
I said it's good physics. It's not an agenda. I said one good thing and one bad thing. I'm watching the game. You know what I mean? It's not an agenda. You know what I mean?
Coming up to 30 minutes in, and Fulham are still 1-0 up after a goal in the first 90 seconds of the game. We've created enough chances to get back in it, but Fulham have also had opportunities to get another one.
Oh,
That's
Great
that would
turn
be
on
a
the
foul,
edge of your
though.
box.
That
That's
would
insane.
have been a foul.
Good pressing,
still.
but Fulham do well to get out of it. Nice spin there.
Is that Paulinho?
Fulham playing quite confidently.
Yeah, I have to say Fulham have not been bad
But
at
that's
all.
what happens when you give them an early goal. They get to grow into the game. They can take risks now because it's not a guaranteed win for them. So if they get a point, they're happy.
And the ball
Odegaard
comes
poor
straight
there.
back to them as well.
Had a bit of time and just gave it straight back to Fulham. Now we've got 10 men behind the ball. Fulham's starting to play around.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
We did mention we got a strong bench prior to the match starting. Didn't think we'd have to rely on the bench. I always wanted to see Jesus today at some point, but
You expect it to come on when we were already winning.
yeah, that's why
Not
I
to
thought
try and
3-4
rescue the
nil
game.
and he
Yeah.
comes on light work.
Good. Well done, Deckers.
Nice. Go on.
It looks like Martinelli and Saka have switched sides.
Yeah.
There's no real attack. Look how many players we've got behind the ball. Havertz is driving the ball forwards and people aren't going with him. They're just staying back.
That's why I didn't get Martinelli there, passed it off to Havertz and just
And they
stopped.
stayed, yeah.
That's not him. Martinelli wants to drive every time I see him. Same thing happened against Palace. Too many times.
Same here with
Yeah.
Saka again, not running forwards, not pulling anyone away. Just look really flat. I'm scared that we're going to slip into survival mode. You know, they need Arteta for it. This is what happens when Arteta can't leave his technical area. See, that's the problem.
Come on, boys. Come on. We need to move that ball a bit quicker now. Come on. You've got to start pulling people out of position.
It's all got a bit static, isn't it?
Thomas says we can do this, guys. We'll get a couple in the second half, I reckon. Yeah, I'm still confident we can turn this round.
Yeah.
I'm still confident we should turn this round.
Facts.
So I'd like a goal at least before half time just to
Yeah.
help that along its way.
It's a great ball
Nice
again.
ball out
Ben
wide.
White.
Trossard on the left for us. Ball in. Nice. Oh my days, Saka.
Saka in the
Fucking hell,
I don't know
man.
what's
3
going on.
yards out and headers the ball straight into the
I
ground.
literally just don't even know what to say.
That's another chance that should be in the back of the net.
great
It's that
passing.
Saka. Come on, I know
I actually don't
it
even
looked
know
like
what
it
to
might
say.
not have dropped to him. Maybe he took his eyes off it. But
Did he
that's
see
what
it late?
can't
I don't
do.
know.
No, you
That's
can't
not
see
really
this
an
late.
excuse,
Nah,
though,
he
man.
had loads of time, all on his own, saw it all the way. Completely on his own.
Ah, come on, that
Yeah.
should be
It's
1-1.
no composure. It's just lack of composure.
You should
That is
definitely be
just
doing
poor.
better.
Yeah, 100%.
That is just it's just poor, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. Let's be real. He's a great player. He's talisman, but that's just poor.
Come on, man. You know when you start seeing these chances,
You just think it's not your day.
yes, you start getting that feeling. Like I said, we should still do it. I think we still get a goal in this half if we
Yeah.
can.
We've had some
Good
clear
pressing.
cut.
Nice.
That's good pressing.
Nice,
Good pressing.
nice.
I mean,
Havertz
That's
inside.
lovely.
Oh, he gone nice. Trossard.
yeah,
Lay in.
lovely.
Lay
So
in.
good.
Oh, you should have shot, man.
Why? Then he like.
Then he
it's like
took-
he didn't want
yeah.
to take it with his left, and then he takes it with his left, and it's a.
He waited till the angle was
would you
even
wait?
narrower. He made it harder for himself.
Why, yeah,
there,
why would
but
you wait? You had more of the space to
Good
shoot.
football. Good football.
No, he comes on.
No, he's on. Look,
comes on.
shoot there.
Yeah, he's got to shoot as soon as that
Come
ball
on,
goes across it.
there. It's set up for you.
Very, very good football from
And the
Trossard.
shot at the end
though.
was a good shot. Like he had that shot
Yeah.
a couple of seconds earlier.
The angle
probably
was
going
open.
in.
Come on, man.
Corner to Arsenal, a save from Leno, ex-Arsenal, and the ball coming in the box now. Headed up by Fulham, back where it came from.
Good strength. Good.
Nice.
Help him out. Help him out,
Nice.
somebody.
Great feet.
Good play there from Trossard, keeping it alive.
Come on, boys. You lot are way better than this. This is what's annoying. This isn't like 4 years ago, Arsenal. Come on.
Ball in, nice,
Nice,
ball as
great
well.
ball.
He's pulling him there, ref. Come on, something.
Even the strategy, I mean, you know, it's really interesting to not see us playing the ball on the floor and opening teams up. Like, lots of crosses, long diagonal crosses, which is not the kind of football that you typically associate with us. And I don't know, maybe, you know, we're trying to get Havertz into that third man run because he's got that size and physicality. But
I'm getting desperate calling for shirt pulls in the 32nd minute against Fulham.
if we get called against us, so you might as well.
Couple super chats. Oz says White is pinging balls left and right. He's on his shit today, and we've got one here from Crosstech saying this damn formation weakens our defence severely, and it doesn't contribute extra to our attack at all. Our wingers and Odegaard are playing deeper than last season. Why? The magic has gone.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. The first sentence, I don't know who. Shout out to that super chat. I agree. I do think this makes our defence weaker. I really do. I think I feel so much more vulnerable with this formation.
That's a poor ball over the top
I'm not
there.
sure who that was even to.
I do feel more vulnerable.
Cleared by Leno. And Thomas adds, we're not going to challenge with performances like this. I want to see Arteta being more ruthless.
Listen, Arsenal, you can't ruin my bank holiday weekend, bro. You can't do it. You can't. You know what I mean? I can't have this. You have to win.
Goon says, why are you guys piling up on Saka? What about Gabby?
Yeah,
We spoke about him.
yes,
We spoke about him twice. He's missed 2 sitters.
But I would say the reason why we're talking about Saka is because he's probably missed 2 gilt-edged chances, and he's been possibly part of giving away the first goal as well. So, you know, you say what you see, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Why are we getting on Saka? Because we're watching the game.
I mean, unless you're Laurie, because he just gets onto
You
it.
know, modern day people like players more than
What was that? I heard my name there. What?
It's PTSD for you.
Yeah, we're going to support all the players that are, you know, all the players and the manager and stuff, but we just have to call it as we see it. And what we're seeing is not good enough for what we expect. If we're getting onto a player, it's typically because we expect more from the player, not because we think they're trash.
Well, I do say, I think that's part of it is a bit, lovely.
feet.
Nice, Saka. It's getting congested there, though, man.
Got to get wide,
That's
good.
why we're doing the
We've got
crosses
to use
across.
those sharp moments to our advantage. Like, we have a sharp moment, like that Saka cutting in,
Yeah.
and it just slows down straight after.
I think part of it as well, you see Tottenham do it.
Nice.
Lovely
Great
touch.
touch. Good tackle. Yeah, he's always. I can see
Partey,
that
one
tackle.
great touch, and then you nearly just put us right in it, mate.
Yeah, when you're seeing Spurs doing well as well, and you're looking at our team, it's a bit like, come on, we should be performing way better than what we're doing right now.
You know what it is? I think it's just I don't even want to talk about them no more. We're in different.
Yeah,
different
we
eras
are.
now.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on them to do anything anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's
It's true.
pressure on us to deliver at the top end.
And we've got to. But this is what I don't like about the false number 9 thing, and where Eddie is a little bit more positionally
Stretching.
fixed.
Yeah.
Look how deep Trossard was to pick up the ball.
Yeah.
I need you in there, bro. We need a goal. I need you to be pulling those 2 centre backs. Is it Diop and Bassi?
That was the point I was making at the start of the show when I was saying that Eddie, I mean, people, you know, have their
Was it?
reservations about him, but the one thing you will do is, sorry, a mouse running around. This guy's crazy. I heard something. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't you. No, but what I was saying was that's what Eddie will give you. He will occupy the defenders right now.
Ref.
And you do need somebody to do that, especially in a game like this where Fulham are trying to defend so tight.
Oh, what's going on, Arsenal? 36 and a half minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Fulham. We should have had at least one back by now, but here we are, closing on half time. Still 1-0 down. Lucky Ramsdale was on his toes there because.
Oh
my dear.
Horrible.
Nice,
Good
Partey.
second touch, but Partey can't string two great
That
touches
first
together,
one was
bro.
mad.
It's,
And then he gives it away.
My,
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
Oh, the God. Yep, on him. Oh, lovely.
great feet.
Nice. Go on, go on.
Come
go
on,
on,
we've
go
got
on,
to
go
use
on,
this.
go
I
on.
just want a shot on target, lads. Can we make Leno make
Look at the
a
edge of the
save?
box. Go to the edge of the box. Oh, I thought he was
Oh,
gonna
Declan
pass.
Rice, bro.
See, it's just that extra touch. Just whip it in there when you can. Oh, we don't do that, do we? People
Football is
don't
just
say
so
modern day.
weird. Like, we were so sharp on the ball against Crystal
Here's Saka.
Palace. And then today, it's just
Go on, who's with him? Who's with him?
sloppy.
Congested again. Fulham are doing well, but we have created chances in this half, man. We just need to create.
We've got to gamble because, like I was saying, with a more natural 9 in there.
Nice. Oh,
With a more natural 9 in there, even if you shoot from the edge of the box and there's a deflection, they can just clean up.
I was going to say that's one thing I'd like to see us do a bit more of, actually, shoot from outside
Yeah.
the box, because at times we've been overly intricate.
lovely ball.
I thought I was headed back post.
Yeah, we're trying to create the perfect chance, which
Yeah.
is typical.
Nice Partey, beautiful.
Because amazingly, given the amount of possession we've had, I think it's very similar in terms of shots on goal for the
No,
two
we've
teams.
Oh,
lovely.
God, that is beautiful.
No, we've had some good chances though, man.
You see that first Havertz one and
Yeah.
the Saka header?
Oh, that's a lovely pass. That's an outrageous pass.
Trossard,
To
man.
be
That
fair,
is
I think,
touch.
I think the defender put him
No,
off.
bro,
a bit,
but the touch though doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Come on, you've got to be trapping
Yeah.
that ball in.
That was a great pass.
Trust me, because that's one of the main differences I say for him ahead of Eddie. If your first
that
touch ain't
touch,
on,
yeah.
then
Yeah, you got them
Touch,
balloon
turn and
touches,
bang,
man. Come
yeah.
on, man.
that was crazy.
We need that goal before the half time.
We're definitely going to create another chance before half time,
Yeah.
the way it's looking.
But we just need to get that goal. You don't
Not
want to
even
be
shots
having
on
to score
target.
two.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even a 2-1 win.
What's he doing,
Oh
bro?
my god, Havertz. No, let me not say anything because Lee's
What's
going
he
to
doing?
complain.
Because other people are going
You're
to
not
come in
saying
and
that.
say
Nah,
he makes space for other people well and
It's-
shit.
I mean,
man.
might as well
Like,
say I got an
come
agenda.
on, man.
No,
This is the game. He needs to, be
I
on
was
point.
mentioning the fact that you were talking about Chelsea, and I'm like, no, you got.
No, but I'm saying you can't look at a player when you're buying a player. You have to look at how they played before and then try. I mean, that's their CV.
Yeah, but you can't because then every player that's been lovely.
Here we go. And
Look
Havertz
at
is
it.
next
Look
to you.
at
Go on,
Trossard.
go on,
Look
go
at
on.
Trossard. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, let it go, man. Ain't you not talking to each other?
The communication seems to be, really poor.
I actually do think that they think that this is just going to be a walk in the park kind of thing.
No, you can't think that after conceding in 90 seconds, though.
Because
Surely
it's weird.
Those thoughts are out the window.
Those players, a
Come
lot
on,
of these
boys.
players are in the same team that
Come on, Martinelli,
had the
whip it in
Bournemouth
there,
and
come on.
Southampton
Go
situations.
on, get it in.
Bang it.
Nice, Martinelli.
Martinelli, bang it.
There's a shot on target at least, but
What is?
You're better than that, man.
I'm baffed. I'm just a bit baffed with the. We're not even playing. Well, we are playing
Looked like
poorly.
he might have been offside.
But we're getting chances, but we're just snatching at them. It's weird.
the chances are so few and far between that they're rushing it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not. The composure's really lacking.
How do you think Kivior's done in the game?
Oh,
he's on.
behind?
He's on.
He didn't look on.
Havertz, he's on.
Oh,
no.
my God.
Finish!
God, is he offside?
Finish!
He's offside.
Ah.
That's it. But even that will give us confidence. The Havertz's body language is so Nicola Pepe-esque. It's so frustrating. But
It's this first one here, isn't it? It's Havertz, isn't it?
yeah, see.
Nah, he's off.
He's
Nah,
off.
look at the green
Look at the
grass.
bottom, the bottom.
Look at
He's saying
the, look
left
at the
back.
shades
Yeah,
of grass. That's how you can tell.
I think
Use
he's
the
off.
shades of grass. He's off.
I think he's
100%.
off.
100%.
Yeah. But that we should take confidence from that.
Well, even his pass
That
back
pass
was
was
dead.
poor.
That's why it's Nicola
bruv,
Pepe-esque. It's all
he's
like
easy.
I don't really care. It's pretty. It's too relaxed.
What was he doing?
Because the thing that's annoying about him is he's rapid. Like if he could actually just run straight through and shoot, he's just Donny's allergic to running.
We're looking at Nketiah more so than getting behind.
Is that rain looking there?
I think so.
Yeah, I think the
But I
rain's
don't have an
starting.
agenda in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
So goal ruled out for offside. 3.5 minutes to go. There'll probably be some time added on. I don't think there'll be too much damage.
So, if it does stay like this, do you think he'll make subs at half time? Or?
No, he
No, I don't
never
think he
does.
will.
that.
He
never
does.
does.
that. But
he
Jesus,
has done, bro, many times.
what?
He rarely makes
He's
subs.
done
No,
subs at
no,
half time. He's
but-
taken people off early.
He's not normally the most
Taver's got
proactive when it
two of
comes to
them.
making subs, though, is he?
If things ain't going well, and look at this, and I can't lie, he should be vexed at conceding in the first 90 seconds again,
That's a great pass. Great battle from Saka again.
and he probably is.
Adding that physicality to the game.
Oh,
It's a good, really good pass.
Declan Rice, what a pass.
Declan Rice has just been, he's been solid.
I do think we have to give some credit to Fulham, though. They've defended quite well. They've kept the
Yeah, for
shape,
sure.
and they've managed to get in those last-ditch tackles where they can.
They were last season's like overachievers, or one of them.
Yeah, we've still.
I
created
personally
two
thought they would struggle
gilt-edged
this
chances.
season.
More than that. Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
point.
more chances, but that Havertz and Saka one, they should be in the back of the net.
100%, and that's my point. Even this season, I think people have thought that they will definitely struggle, and we're making hard work of easy games. This should have been. Everyone said they're never going to concede today because they've lost their striker. I think they've shown to have the worst defense in the league so far this season, stats wise. So we should, be popping shots, getting goals,
Yeah.
making it real easy. But what we're doing is we're almost like letting them off the hook.
And I can't lie, I don't know if you can hear there, but it's a beautiful summer's day in North London. And the rain is pelting down, and I can't lie, it doesn't bode well for them on the pitch there.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
we're
yeah.
only round the corner, and the football we
Have a
play.
strike.
Oh, unlucky,
it's a good
man.
strike.
Well,
Unlucky,
you know Ty's excuse if we lose the game, innit? The rain.
I was unlucky, but it doesn't look like we're going to get our goal before half time. Just over a minute left of normal 45 minutes. We'll see what.
He just tried to go for
Gets
the
out.
One
power.
man will
rather
be
than-
desperate to keep a clean sheet, So
Yeah.
learn them.
Well, we left it late last season. We scored in like the 85th minute. I was at the game when Gabriel got that last minute goal. So
Fulham on the ball. We have a super chat, another one from 40. Appreciate the super chat. Let me just see if they keep this on. No, goal kick Arsenal. Last season, our left-hand side had Zinchenko and Jesus to link with Martinelli. Our right had White to overlap Saka. This season, we have none of that. Exactly what I mentioned earlier. And that's part of why, for the first two games, I've overlooked performances and taken the results and the 6 points more than anything. But once and if the performances start having an impact on the results, that's when questions will be asked. Should we have changed it so early? If this was the plan, why didn't we implement it in pre-season? Because we didn't see it in pre-season. Why have we changed so much in comparison to last
Lovely
season?
football. Yeah, we do. Saka's out wide and he's got 3 or 4 around him every time, and he's having to pull off magic.
Nice, go
You
on.
know, to
Go
make
on,
something
go on, go
happen.
on.
Robertson.
In the box. It's bait, you're going to go around the outside, but I'll be honest.
he's got Robertson's beating though. Like
Yeah, Paulini is one of the best DMs in the league. So
corner, Arsenal, 2 minutes added on, and we're into the first minute of those two already. So, yeah. Not long left for Arsenal to get back into it this half. And I reiterate, we should be back in it already. We should.
this
have
could
got
be
at
the
least
goal
one.
though. Declan Rice, I could see it. Flying header,
Look, everyone's there.
back post. Look at that. It's what a crazy setup.
We're trying something here.
I'm going to try and run onto the ball.
and that's the other thing you missed with Gabriel Magalhaes off the pitch.
Oh,
The headed ability from corners. You got quite a few corners.
What are we doing? We just had the ball. Now we don't.
We took the throw quickly and threw it away.
We lost it.
They're now it's their ball.
And now it's their
That's a
ball.
Fulham throw. Coming up to
Yeah.
a minute played.
Rushing in desperation.
Still all the same elsewhere in the league. United still 2-1 down to Forest. It's Everton 0, Wolves 0, and Brentford are 1-0 up against Crystal Palace. A goal from Shade, I believe his name is. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it is what it is.
And of
it's
course,
still 1-0
Brentford
Fulham.
slapped these men up last week on their own ground, 3-0.
Yep. That's why we was also confident about a winning clean sheet.
I think we were overconfident.
Oh, even against Everton,
And I think the
they beat
players-
Everton, but
I think the players are probably guilty of that as well.
Leno was candidate for man of the match against Everton. He might have even got it.
Yep.
We don't concede that first goal, we probably go in 2-3 up. We concede that
Saliba
first goal.
slicing the ball there.
Like
Nice,
Nick
Ben
said.
White. It's
That's Ben White
number
again.
4.
You've done that a few times.
I have, yeah.
mistaken them.
I need those glasses.
Yeah,
you know.
look.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Oh,
No, go on, one more chance. No, no one's with him.
Man said no.
No one's with him, bro.
It's still on. Anything's possible,
Look,
Turkish.
yeah, but
blow the
because the
whistle.
time was up and he's,
Yeah,
he's running away from
yeah.
goal, you just know the ref's going
Yeah.
to blow his whistle. It's half time, people. It is Fulham 1, Arsenal 0. A goal in the first 90 seconds from Pereira. We still haven't seen it back, so I'm hoping at half time we can see it back properly. A lot of you guys and girls in the chat mentioning Saka fully to blame. Some looking at Ramsdale too. From what I've seen, his footwork wasn't the greatest, but I haven't seen the full incident leading up to Fulham's first goal. And I've mentioned it a few times. We should be back in it. Havertz with a big chance, Saka with a big chance, other chances here and there, Martinelli included in that. But the big ones fell to Havertz and Saka, and we just failed to put it in the back of the net. So it's still 1-0 Fulham, still 45 to go. Arteta won't be happy. Changes at half time. Would anyone be in favour of that, or have we created
yes.
enough? Oh, Laurie, straight in. Yes, what would that change be? Let me guess, Eddie Nketiah comes on.
No, I'd like to see Jesus on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, listen, I would have gone with Eddie up top. But I mean, listen, obviously Trossard's not to blame for the goal, but we've not quite looked at our sharpest.
Trossard hasn't really
I'm not
been-
blaming that on Trossard, but even he is not.
No, he hasn't been
no.
good. He hasn't been good. What about you, Nick? Favour of subs at half time, or you think we've shown enough to...
I'd give it 5 or 10, just not to disrupt the flow, because I do think that we're creating chances. But I think we need to try and get Thomas Partey back into that midfield. That's really, I don't know what rejig has to happen. Maybe Ben White stepping back into fullback, and I don't know, Saliba, Kivior, and Zinchenko at left back. But I think Partey is really severely missing from that midfield to find those passes. Declan Rice is doing very well. Maybe we sacrifice Havertz.
We're not quick enough in the middle.
Yeah, because I mean,
Partey's quick with it.
there's Partey, there's Rice is good when he's got time. Partey keeps things ticking. Havertz, I think, is a little bit anonymous, to be honest with you.
I think sometimes when you talk about changes at half time, it's not always down to tactical substitutions. It's about supplying a bit more energy and a bit
Yeah.
more verve.
Yeah.
But we all agree, things are a little flat right now. Needs a boost. So how do you get that boost? You bring on somebody like Jesus who can be your talisman.
You
to get
either
back
bring
in
on
the game.
somebody, or
I'll bring Jesus
or you
on.
get onto them and say, I'm giving you
Well,
lot
I'll
the
do
next
both.
5-10.
I'll do both.
If it doesn't change, I'm taking some of you men
Also,
off. I don't
yeah.
want to see
I
heads
think
down.
Zinchenko is very capable of bringing that energy. Obviously not up top, as on the other end of the pitch, but I think he does bring a lot of energy, and that would allow us to get Partey back into midfield as well, which also would give us energy again. And that's what I would do personally. But
Both Laurie and Nick in favour of some sort of change, whether it's
Yeah.
off the bench or tactically.
I think definitely Zinchenko coming on, bringing that control, trying to get more avenues to create. I would probably say, take off Havertz and, rejig that midfield and put Declan Rice in the 8 role, going back box to box, Partey in his natural 6 that we've seen, and then I'll bring Gabriel on for sure. I'll try and bring Gabriel and then just go to what we know, tried and tested. If it's not working with the new players in this new little, system, then try something different, I would keep Trossard on. I don't think Trossard's been as bad as people.
I wouldn't necessarily bring Trossard off, but I would definitely
Or put him in
find
the
some
8.
way to have Jesus.
Yeah.
Something like
in
put
that.
him in the 8
I'm
maybe.
in favour of a move like
Because
that.
we saw that in pre-season as well, right? I'm sure we saw him playing one of those teams.
At one point.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be
point.
too opposed with that, but I definitely think that, and it's not that Havertz has had a bad game. I just think we need to get the goal.
He's not had a good game, has he?
He's not had a bad game, and he's not had a good game.
not had
yeah,
a
he's
good
had
Yeah.
good moments and bad moments. But I think right now, where we need goals, we need our shooters on. And Trossard is a shooter. Partey is something of a shooter as well. Rice is
If someone
capable
has
of
to
it.
be sacrificed, for me, it's got to be Havertz.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, it's not just the performance, but the energy piece. He's not the guy that's going to really lift the team.
Grab it by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
move. You've heard our thoughts, people. A couple of super chats before I move it over to Frank for half time. So make sure you're getting your thoughts on that first half in. Timothy says Havertz needs to be given the Nuno Tavares treatment. Thomas says Jesus, Nelson, and Raya on. Imagine a goalkeeping sub at half time. Dawit says, I'm not understanding when it's going to be. I'm not understanding when the experiment is going to stop. And Cam says the Havertz defenders are the ones with an agenda. Refuse to imagine Mikel could make a mistake. We can all see with our eyes what the issue is.
Yeah, we're just seeing a replay of the
Good
goal,
point.
by the way.
Well, we've just seen a replay of the goal. I didn't have my head up, but now I'm looking up. I see the cameras on Saka. So the talk in the studio there must be about Saka's part to play in that. Listen, we're going to pass it over to Frank. Get Frank's thoughts. Make sure you're there, people. Hit the like button. There's 11k. That means there's a hell of a lot of ops in the building. Wait here. There's still 45 to go, and we should get back into it. Famous last words, but we'll see. Frank.
Yes, people, welcome along to the halftime show. Halftime, Arsenal 0, Fulham 1. Now, that wasn't great, guys. It really wasn't great. I think the first thing that we need to speak about, mainly because it was so quick, would be the goal. Now, I've got the stat here. Let me just pull that up for you. I did say it earlier, but I do think it's worth mentioning again. Apologies if you can hear this rain as well, guys. This is absolutely chucking above us. So the stat is Arsenal have conceded inside the first minute of in 3 of their last 9 Premier League matches at the Emirates Stadium versus Bournemouth, what we eventually won, versus Southampton, which of course we drew, and against Fulham, which we are currently losing 1-0. Now, I think that stat's very important because they are all smaller teams in the context of, in terms of how big the club is and stuff like that. And I feel like it's a situation of where underestimating these teams from the get-go, and that's not the right way to look at things, in my personal opinion. Let's speak about the goal as well. I looked at the replay now. Initially, I didn't see the pass from Saka. All I know is it came from Saka. When I look at that, I don't actually believe that Bukayo Saka is trying to go back to not to Burnley, that's Fulham's goalkeeper. I don't believe that Bukayo Saka is trying to go back to Ramsdale. I think he's trying to get the pass off to Ben White. That might just be me. I don't know what you guys have seen. Let me know in the chat. It looks to be going back to defender. Unfortunately, it goes to Ramsdale, who is so far off his line, and I really do like to defend Ramsdale as much as I possibly can. As a goalkeeper myself, Ramsdale was someone that I can definitely look up to, but I can't defend him much with this goal. He's way too far off his line. It gives Andreas Pereira to get the chance to get the shot off, and it's just poor goalkeeping all around. I've just seen a super chat there, so let's just quickly take a look at that super chat from Chris Hannigan. It's getting covered for some reason. What is Chris saying? I'll be able to get this up in a minute. So for some reason, it's literally... Arteta has... Oh, it's okay. So super chat from Chris Hannigan. Thank you for the super chat. Arteta has earned the right to be trusted in his decisions, but the last 3 games have been tactically questionable. It's worse than last year. Chris, I could not agree with you more. In my personal opinion, I know that we've won the first 2 games. I think it's safe to say that neither of them have been convincing. I'm not a fan of this new system, and I think it's definitely something that we need to change ahead of the Manchester United game next week, Sunday. I think we need to go back to the old system. If it's not, I personally believe that if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I personally don't see the reason why that Mikel Arteta has found the need to make these changes to the team. I think someone said it in the super chat in the game. It makes us defensively weaker. Especially with the lack of Gabriel in that back line and Thomas Partey at right back. Don't get me wrong, Thomas Partey's doing a decent job. It's just not ideal to have a right back that's, not particularly fast, and it's not his natural position when we've got right backs at the club. It really doesn't make sense to me, but we'll see. Let's go into some individual performances as well. Like I said, Aaron Ramsdale hasn't been fantastic so far. Bukayo Saka probably at fault for the goal, even though I don't think he meant it. Not fantastic. And overall, it's not been great. We're giving away the ball a lot in this game, so we really do need to cut that out going forward if we're even going to have a chance of getting back into this game. A player I want to talk about a lot is Kai Havertz. Now, I don't want to speak too negatively on Kai Havertz because I've not got any sort of agenda against him. I'll give him some praise first. One of the main things that I had with Kai Havertz is I don't think that he shows enough work rate on the pitch. In fairness to Kai Havertz, he's been active. He's been in positions that he's not really supposed to be in. I've seen him track back defensively. I've seen him get into goal scoring positions. The issue that I've had with Kai Havertz so far in this game is what he's doing when he gets the ball. I don't think he's making the right decisions all the time. Understandable. He's a human. They're allowed to make mistakes. And then when he's getting the opportunities, he's not being able to put them away. I think he had 2 or 3 chances in that game. Obviously, got the assist for the eventual disallowed goal. again, it's him offside. So it's definitely something that we need to work on in this game. I'll go into some stats before I get onto my next point. In terms of the expected goals, we are outperforming Fulham. We're on 1.41 expected goals to Fulham's at 0.3. We have seen 72% possession of the ball to Fulham's 28. 8 shots to Fulham's 6. 4 on target from Arsenal. So we're just not being clinical enough. We need to be a lot more deadly in this second half. Yeah, we just need to be a lot more deadly. What did I say? 4 corner kicks, 10 throw-ins. Thankfully, no one's been yellow carded for time wasting yet. So that's great. In terms of, I want to talk about the changes though, guys, because I feel like some changes are definitely needed. And I would go as far as making the change at half-time because it's not working at the moment. And the change that I would make personally, and it's going to sound very, very agenda-like, but I would take Kai Havertz off. Again, not really necessarily related to his performance. It is a case of where I feel that if we take Kai Havertz on, give Gabriel Jesus a go up top. Gabriel Jesus goes up top, and what I do is I then bring Trossard into the position that Kai Havertz is currently playing. We've seen him drop into there a few times during the game, so if he's going to drop there anyways, we might as well just have him playing there. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. There's some people saying Martinelli off. I don't necessarily think Martinelli's played that bad in this game. That might just be me, so I'm not too sure. Someone's saying sell Saka. That is insane. That's consistency is key. That is from T-Man. Consistency is key, and you can tell them players are not at the back and not used to each other. This is what I'm saying, and this is why I don't necessarily agree with the new system that we're trying. Again, it wasn't broken. There was no need to fix it. So I do think we need to look into reverting back to the old system, especially ahead of the Manchester United game for me. No, I don't think someone said they don't want to see Gabriel Jesus. Listen, when he's fit, and he looks to be fit, Arteta's confirmed he's ready to go. So I don't see any reason why Gabriel Jesus can't come on in the second half. When he plays, he scores goals. And at the moment, we need goals. We're 1-0 down to Fulham at home. You've got to remember, guys, we've never, ever lost to Fulham at home. So something needs to change. And I think in the past, I've been very critical of the timings of Mikel Arteta's substitutions. And this is his chance to prove me wrong. It really is. He needs to make the changes very early because something's not working and he needs to get ahead of this game. Because if he doesn't get ahead of this game, we're losing at home to Fulham, and that's not necessarily an acceptable result to me. Someone says, no connection in this team. That's from Bouncer786. Yeah, I completely agree. The team's not gelling. There's a lot of misplaced passes. I know it's going to sound silly to say this, and I'm using my inner tie here, but the rain is chucking it down outside, and I will be honest, it's going to affect the game. You're not going to be able to hit the ball as sweetly as you would when it's dry. Players are going to be slipping all over the place, and if the team's not connecting on a good day, then the rain really isn't going to help. Someone's saying Martinelli out and Nketiah in. So I want to know how that works. Is that a case of putting Trossard out on the left and then bringing Nketiah into the middle? That wouldn't be the change that I would make, but I understand everyone's got their opinions, so you've got the right to your opinion. Dave P with a super chat. Havertz plays 90 minutes because Arteta is smarter than everyone else. I'm not too sure what you mean there. I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure what you mean. Apparently, I've just seen the chat. Apparently, I've got an agenda against Havertz. I really, really don't. I just believe it's not working specifically in this game. And when things aren't working, you need to make the changes, especially when you're 1-0 down at home. It's not acceptable, guys. It really, really isn't. We need to get ahead of this game, guys. We really do. Trossard in the midfield and swap Havertz for Jesus. That's the exact change that I would make. And I think that's the only change that we need to make initially in the second half. And then we can make changes later on in the game. Someone believes that we're going to win this game 3-1 and Saka's going to bag 2. I really do hope you're right, my friend. I really do hope you're right. Someone saying David Raya in. That would be interesting to see if we make the change in goal. I really don't think that's going to happen. I think that would be extremely harsh on Ramsdale if they make a goalkeeper change mid-match. Unless it's due to injury, that's really, really not going to happen. Why do we have unfit players on the bench? I'm not too sure who you're referring to. I'm not aware of anything that Arteta said in the press conference relating to injuries and players being on the bench that aren't fully fit. If you're referring to maybe Gabriel Jesus, he's been confirmed as being fit. So someone saying Saka out. I think that is insane. Zinchenko in for Havertz, return to last year's lineup. That could be something that I could get behind. Obviously, Kivior's doing a very good job at that left back, and Zinchenko is naturally a left back, so I wouldn't take Kivior out for that. But I could see the Havertz-Zinchenko substitution working a little bit. Let me know what you guys say in the chat. Havertz is playing like toilet. You guys are very harsh, man. There's a super chat here from Timothy Hurtanto. Somebody fix the score display. It's still half time, not full time. I think that's a bit of a technical issue there. Hopefully we can look into that. Havertz is a very smart player, positioning, helping us. I'm not sure. I really don't see it, my friend. I really don't see it in this game, at least. Arteta has successfully disrupted the thriving model of a team by forcing Havertz into the team. It's simple and straightforward. I hope he will not be too arrogant. Reverse. Yeah, I think he is. If it doesn't work, I trust Arteta to make the necessary changes. They are coming out now, so hopefully we'll see some news of some changes. And it looks like Eddie Nketiah is coming on, so some people will be happy about that. It looks to be Leandro Trossard that's making this. I don't know why he's done that. I really don't. I think Trossard was having a fairly good game, but time will tell if it's going to work. Everyone's back on the sofas. We're back out for the second half. I'm going to pass back to you guys for the second half.
Yeah, so one change at half time. I thought you had to make changes earlier on before. I'm not trying to see does anyone get it here?
If we're going to revert to type and try and stretch the back line with overlapping runners, then it makes sense. But if it's Nketiah is not the person that's going to unlock that
Pull the
real,
man out,
pull the person out, and But if we can get back to overlapping and pull their defenders back and get to the byline, whip crosses across, then he is a more natural number 9 at just poaching a bit, kind of half chances. So it can work. But yeah, we have to see how they start first 10, 15 minutes. And energy, like Laurie said as well.
My only thing I would say is...
We've kicked off second half.
My only thing is, I would say, is with Hayes, I would have preferred Jesus. And why is Jesus not coming on? If he's not fully fit or if he's not ready, why put him on the bench? If you can't use the player to the levels, because you can't just think, oh, we're going to slap them 4-0. As the manager, you can't think that. You've got to think, worst case scenario, I need you to come in and save the game. So if that's the case, why not bring him on?
I think they're different types of players though, right? I think Jesus is he's quite similar to Trossard in style. So if they're trying something a little bit different, albeit maybe he's better than Trossard, but they're quite similar in style, that'd be a bit of a like for like change.
No, what I meant though is that he's just a better version of of Trossard. He can pull players out of position. He can hold the ball up better. He can bring, how he likes to play with Martinelli, brings him in, and I think that would improve the left-hand side. So, I mean, for me personally, I would have much preferred to bring Jesus on just because, ultimately he's a much better player, isn't he? So, but and I think that game, the game he played in America, he was really good.
He's Nketiah's first touch. Sets away Saka.
Down the right.
I look out wide.
Nice. Inside again. Oh, come on. Better than that.
It's already better though. It's already, there's one attack. Maybe not already better, but that's what we need. That's what we need to see.
Listen, you made me eat my words. That was good play by Nketiah though. That was a very good player.
I also think that he's probably the most physical of the 3 natural strikers, and against a defence like this, he's probably going to rough people up a little bit more. Ødegaard's a little bit off it.
Yeah, his passing hasn't been great.
Yeah, it's the rain, you see.
I am finding it a little bit annoying that we're not seeing Ben White getting that overlapping, and I do miss the whole Zinchenko coming in and being able
inverted
to dominate.
Things we're seeing Partey invert, but he inverts into the midfield, not into the advance.
Yeah. Those little slide passes.
All over, nice. Saka.
Go on, take him on, because you got him beat easily.
Unlucky. Ødegaard, not quite sharp. Should really be picking that up. So it wasn't a bad pass.
No, unlucky played. Still got out of it. Saka, right hand side, coming into the box. Couple step overs.
Good strike.
Leno.
It's better.
He wants to keep that clean sheet.
Martinelli's going to score this half 100%.
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
Saka does look a bit better though, straight away, first couple of minutes of the second half. But
A lot braver, a lot more direct.
Needs to try and get an early goal, man.
He must be happy. Nketiah's on.
Listen, I just want to see the team's levels re-up, man. You know what I mean? It's not personal for me, unlike, I just want to see the best for the team.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
Yo, this guy, man, I tell you, bro.
Ben White getting into those advanced positions, like you said.
Stefan says we have no creativity up top. We need a 9. Can't avoid it any longer.
I think no creativity is a little bit unfair because we've created quite a few
Oh,
chances.
nice, Ben White.
Just release it out wide, my guy.
Look in the middle as well. Oh, that's lovely deck.
Nice.
I told these, man, bruv. Tekla and Rice, bruv. Telling you. Yeah, I think no creativity is a little bit unfair. I think we
spent all night.
we don't have a.
trying to come up with it.
I'm not you, blood. You know, like that. But yeah, I think we don't have a real finisher, a real target man. Saka battered him through.
Who's
It's a
there near
great run.
post?
It's a
Come
A
on.
back post, back post.
He wants a shot. He
Go
wants
on,
a
go
shot.
Trying to
You
get
should
him
have
to that
just
left
whipped
foot.
it.
you see.
Yeah, he wanted to
Yeah,
shoot.
but you just got to pull it back post. Look, there was 2 men at the back.
We have started this half well, 4 minutes in, and we're creating opportunities.
We haven't conceded in the first 90 seconds, so this is progress. This is huge progress.
First half, for sure. Rice on the ball.
Come on, boys, man. Come on.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is just. We just need to like get a fully functioning game. That's ours. Come on. Oh my days.
What?
Goal kick.
Oh, kick here against Saka. 4th time this half we're going down the right hand side.
And that's the problem. When you get Zinchenko, you can play on the left hand side as well. When you've got Kivior, you don't get enough. You don't get
The
enough.
balance is off.
Yeah, it says Saka and Havertz to score and a 3-1 win. Hope
So,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, who's
Someone's
got
getting the
booked?
yellow.
Oh, did they get booked for wasting
time
time?
wasting?
So,
Now go at him. That's what you need to do.
yeah. Yeah.
Fair play to Calvin Bassey as well. Didn't he come from non-league?
I think he did, yeah.
Then he went to Rangers, then he went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Ajax, and then it's a fair play, man. And I think, well, I'm not from South London, but he's a South Londoner as well, so big up to another London player.
Come on, Arsenal. 5 minutes gone. Like I said, we started this half better.
So overall ramifications, if we don't win this, what you thinking about, like season moving forward?
That's a bit early with that.
No,
right?
but like you have, it's just a general question, isn't it?
I think it's hard to say ramifications for the season, but like I said before, performances in the first 2 haven't been the greatest.
That
The
was what I was
results have
talking
made
about.
up for it. If the performances start affecting results, then more questions will be asked about why now. Like, what's it all about?
Oh,
When you're,
Kai
when you're
Havertz.
second, it's not about taking 2 back to go 4 forward. When you're second, you've got to take the 2 forward. You get what I'm saying?
Saliba played a nice pass into Havertz and he just touched it back to Rice, and Rice was surrounded by players.
I do think that was more a bit unfortunate. I'll be
And it
honest
might have
with
been unfortunate, but he doesn't seem to like, for someone that's meant to be a box-to-box player, he doesn't actually seem to want the ball very much.
But I do get your point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and try and defend him, but I just think
it was very close to Jimenez, that, you know.
Sheriff says we need Isak before the Champions League begins. Don't think that's likely at all.
What a player he is, though.
Yeah, he looks good.
What a player. I'll put him in my fantasy league.
Put him in this weekend.
Yeah, I put him, yeah.
And when man was saying his car was in London to sign for
Do you
Arsenal.
remember?
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
United have equalised against Nottingham Forest. 2-0 down in the first 5. It's now 2-2.
Who scored for them?
Casemiro. All other scores the same at the moment, including this one. Fulham 1-0 up. Ball over the top.
yeah.
Let's see what
Well
happens
played
here.
by Eddie, well held up.
Well
You see
played,
this?
Eddie. Nice.
Yeah.
See that?
Good.
That's
Go on,
why
go
he's in. Yeah. Cross it.
Put it in.
What's he doing? Nah.
He was offside. He was offside.
But bro.
No, he knew he was offside. He knew.
I don't think he did.
knew he was offside.
Because that's
He knew.
exactly how we played the
He
ball
knew
last
he was
time. when he
offside. He knew he was. Look,
That-
you watch it. Just watch. You'll see. You'll see.
I think he looked like the ref.
Yeah,
in
he
it.
saw it. He knew he was offside. You can see it.
You see that, Lee? See the way Eddie holds the ball up there? That's why.
Let's see if he sees the ref. He didn't.
You can't even- we
No, but
can't
he
even
had
see
he
it
turned
there.
around, didn't he? Afterwards, then he passed it. But anyway, yeah. Look, like to
You
be
got-
fair,
you
I
got-
was
you
going to
got
say.
stock in Havertz.
No, I was just about to say, like, he's actually going for you as well. He shouldn't have been offside. I think that was quite an easy run to make.
We're coming up to the first 10 in the second half. Frank, let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, so I think we've looked a little bit better going into the second half. It's still not been fantastic, so there's still definitely room for some improvement. While I've got you guys here, I'd be interested to know your take on this stat that I've just found. Arsenal have kept 4 clean sheets from 21 Premier League games at the Emirates Stadium since the start of last season. In that time frame, only, ironically, Fulham have kept fewer clean sheets at home. Very leaky defence at home by the looks of it, guys. So I want to know what your thoughts are on that stat.
Concentration, man. That's what it is.
I don't know if it's concentration though, because how is it concentration at home, but away from home we've got the best record since last season? What's the difference?
It could be that siege mentality that when we were trying to chase down
Come
the
back, you
league,
can
and
come
you know, yeah, like when we go away to other grounds, we have a much different mentality to playing at home. I don't know, almost too comfortable, but we start very slow at home. You know, we do. It's covered up by the fact that we tend to be quite free flowing, but we do start slow and go behind and then come back and win quite often at home.
Certainly today, I would say it's overconfidence, lack of concentration, touch complacency, because we saw the goal back and that pass from Saka, I mean, and then even then, Ramsdale was off balance, wasn't he? It was just a comedy of errors there, man.
If it's overconfidence, if it's concentration, it's something that if I've read Arteta right over the last few years, it's something that he must address.
Would you
Because
take off?
because Man City don't even have this, and you could say they can afford
should
to
be the
with the
most
amount of shit
complacent,
they've
yeah.
won. How can we be overconfident and complacent and all that when we haven't got over the line yet?
Would you take off? Would you take off Odegaard?
Soon, potentially. But Havertz as well is, you know, I don't know, man. Jesus needs to come on at some point.
The thing is, what we know of Ødegaard, and this is what I was talking about, Havertz's record at Chelsea. We know that Ødegaard can. Oh, here's Zinchenko warming up
Zinchenko
now.
is ready to come on.
We know with Ødegaard that he can pull a shot out from the edge of the box. Fabio Vieira coming on.
And Vieira.
Maybe this is Ødegaard coming off. Let's
It's
see.
probably Havertz.
No, I think you know what? I think it'll be because he's playing off the right, Fabio. Oh, Partey.
Partey is one player who comes off.
Okay. Okay, so
three at the back.
Ben White's going to go
Yeah,
right back.
it's gonna just be straight free at the back.
Yeah, Ben White will probably slot back.
I think that suggests that he's going to look to attack the ball even more.
Yeah, so Zinchenko's going to be, it's just swapping sides, but I think Zinchenko will be more midfield, like pushing forward, and then
And Vieira's coming for Havertz.
Oh, fair enough.
So, midfield 3, Rice, Vieira and Odegaard. And it looks like Zinni slots in at left back and the defence pushes up the other side with Ben White right back and Saliba Kivior the centre back.
I haven't been impressed with Fabio Vieira's
hooks.
physicality, but he can pass and he can strike the ball. Do you know what I mean? We've got more shooters on now, and hopefully that bodes well for us.
Wow, I tell you what, £65 million player got hooked. That is damning.
I think someone suggested something like that in the first half.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna. I'm not a hater, mate. I'm just.
Oh, this is
I'm
good.
hating, I'm not a hater, man. I would say.
But Havertz is a talented player, but like I say, he doesn't carry the ball and run. He doesn't shoot that much. He has the ability to do it, but he just doesn't do it. You know.
I think it's fair to say that the immediate conclusion of this game, man, more questions are going to be asked.
Especially if someone like Fabio Vieira, who's much
Yeah.
lower down the pecking order, comes on and starts picking up the ball in pockets, driving forward, having shots. We're going to say, why are we not seeing that from the guys we've signed?
Headed out.
Because I think the one thing we can say, having seen Havertz 3 times now, is that he's not imposed himself on any of the
Correct.
games.
That's the thing, and he has.
And
the
when you're
talent.
paying that amount of money for a player, you're looking. I mean, look at Timber when he played. Look at Declan Rice last week. You know what I mean? These are guys that have come into the side and imposed themselves on a game. Unfortunately, we can't say the same for Havertz so far.
Zinchenko's playing midfield. You see it
already, you see Zinchenko inverted attacks are coming down the left-hand side now. More variety. Now he overlaps.
Nice. Again, just get someone near post as
Yeah.
well.
I've got to say as
that's where
well,
Eddie's
right?
gotta be.
I've got to
Yeah.
say as well, and I'm not having a pop at him because I didn't think he had a bad game, but I'm yet to be convinced by this experiment with Partey at right back. I think it's a waste of the player, to be honest. I think it could be far more damaging in his.
In the first 3, you can argue that, yeah, but then you'll have people say, especially in the first 2 games.
True. Yes. Oh, good shot.
straight down the keeper's throw again. In the first 2 games, where I've mentioned Havertz, or where I've mentioned that the performances are a cause for concern, I hear a lot of, but we control the game a lot more. Really? Like, really? Have we taken our foot off the gas to control games more? Is that the right thing? Like, I'm not saying in the first 2 you can't make an argument for it, but is that the answer to last season?
Well,
Does
the
us controlling
rationale,
more
right,
games
that's
win
always
us the
put
league?
forward when you speak to people about the Partey at right back, as they say, allows us to have more technically gifted players on the pitch, yeah? Now, I would argue that given the performances of the first 3 games, that has not manifested itself. You know what I mean? So, listen, I guess what I'm saying is I remain to be convinced that is the best use of Partey.
Yeah, and I still think that comes down to Havertz, because I would still have Partey in the 6 and Rice in the 8, or vice versa, without Havertz in there. Well, Havertz, again, is a technically gifted player, but just doesn't show that level of intensity. And like I say, it reminds me a lot of Nicola Pepe with the body language.
Coming up to 60, we're on 59 minutes, and now
Now it's
I'm
starting
to get worried.
Yeah, this is the phase of the game now where you start.
And we said that in the first half. You miss those chances, those guilt. Then it just looks like it's not your day. And you know what? I'm gonna say this is a big time for someone like Eddie. You know, because we saw against Crystal Palace, he gets chances and he misses. So no, like I'm just trying to keep it real, man. Like, I don't know if that was the right sub.
Oh, so it's well played there from Ramsdale. The ball was hit him a little bit awkwardly. He dealt with it really well. There we go. Zinchenko in the midfield allows us to attack from both sides.
We already look a lot better.
100%. And then it's the manager to answer questions, because had we done this from the start, albeit we don't know the fitness of the players, but it looks like had we done this from the start, we should be 2 or 3 up. We've waited too long to go and do this.
I don't think it's that difficult to be any better than first half, to be honest. So.
Yeah. Look, Ben White getting forward again, which is what we want to see.
Odegaard in the box, right?
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Oh, it's a poor finish. It's a poor finish.
Blazed it over, and he's.
But this is what happened. We need to play with our fullbacks advancing and attacking. Like Lee said, it was what was so good for us last season, and we don't understand why we've decided to not do that and to change it. We've brought in better fullbacks with Timber. We should be going more in that direction, and instead we've changed the entire strategy to something quite different.
Has Saka had a shot in this game?
Like a half shot, maybe. No, he's had a couple of shots. I think he's had a couple of shots. I think.
All I can remember is that header at the back post. I know Martinelli's had a couple.
He's had one.
That's not good enough. 1 or 2. You need Saka and Martinelli to get at least 5 to 8 shots off a game.
Yeah,
and
again, especially now with someone like Eddie Nketiah in there, where we know Leno can be a suspect keeper.
Pick up the
He's a good shot. He can pick up the scraps. He's going to be in there to pick that up.
But the fact they're not even getting into positions to, because I'm looking now, look, less than half an hour to go. I'm looking at Saka to, pick it up and pull something out, cut in, take a shot. And it just made me think, how many times has he been able to do that today?
Yeah.
As much as people might say a lot of that's on, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
No, I listen to the people that said it's only Saka. Listen, Saka's very much at fault here, but so is Ramsdale.
That's what I said. He lost his balance.
What's he doing here?
That is poor from Ramsdale.
Look, from here, look, there's a defender there. Look, it's bad footwork. Not people that try to say it's only Saka. You're having a laugh. Saka and Ramsdale are both completely at fault for that goal.
No, but I said earlier, when I watched it at half time, I could see that he didn't have no balance for that.
Well, why do man do that? Like, everyone's just seen what we've seen, and then they could come and absolve Ramsdale of any blame and put it all on Saka. And listen, Saka deserves the blame 100%, but so does Ramsdale. That footwork is poor. My man finished it near post, gave him the eyes, and he was all over the gaff.
Mm-hmm. Bro, this is mad still. 62 minutes,
Fulham made a sub.
Tom Kearney on for Pereira.
The weather just sums up the performance, isn't it? Just miserable.
Nice.
So good.
I was sorry that was actually...
Yeah. And then already the body language, you can see Zinchenko's telling him to calm down, dictate in the play. That's the stuff that, it sounds like I've got an agenda against Havertz. I don't. I want him to do well, but That's the intensity that we're talking about that he doesn't have. He's very much a passenger. He will get goals. He will get assists. It's football. He will do that. But that body language, we're not getting those leadership qualities from him, and he's a reasonably senior player in this team.
Oh, they're just beating us to the ball. We just haven't got that fluidity in the attack.
I think Fulham have defended well, though. We do have to give them a little bit of credit.
Yeah,
there.
but I'll be honest though, I will say that what Turkish said, I think if you got a normal functioning attack, this team, Fulham.
Had we started this way, you'd have to think.
Yeah,
we
would have been up by a few goals already, man. It's just wasted 45 minutes. It's poor management. It's really poor. Continuing with this stupid rhetoric of Partey at right back.
That's a good ball.
Lovely pass.
It's just a joke, to be fair.
It's a great
Nice, go on.
Of course.
Oh,
Fucking hell,
that was such a good idea.
You know
That
what?
was
Eddie done the
all
right
very
thing,
good.
man.
he did do the right
Steve's
thing.
man,
There was
come
no
on,
one
man.
there.
It was very, very good from Eddie. I did think don't shoot first time, but he's got in behind. The angle's a little bit narrow for him and he's cut it back. The intensity's not there. It's a lovely pass. And look, Fabio Vieira just lagging behind and then lagging behind twice.
I have to agree.
Martinelli should have probably taken the shot.
Yeah, maybe, but
Good idea, but yeah, in hindsight now you think, just have a go. 65 on the clock, or it will be in 30 seconds. Ball into the final third, but Fulham take it off us and get the foul.
The problem for Arsenal as well is that even a draw is not going to be considered good enough in this game. A draw will be effectively like a loss to a lot of people. So this is where the pressure comes in of being a team that's expected to challenge for the title. You cannot be dropping points at home to the likes of Fulham. No disrespect.
not just challenge for the title, but we're meant to be building on an individual game basis. We're meant to be building on what we did last year. This doesn't look like building on what we did last year.
Yeah, it's challenging for the title, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying in terms of an individual game basis, we've gone with something new, and when it's not worked, we've had to go back to what we did before, and we look better doing what we did before. That's not development.
I just heard I'm sure I just heard the fans at the Emirates. Am I the only one or am I going mad?
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing.
Am I going mad?
I didn't hear nothing.
No, I'm going mad. I'm sure I was
Well,
the
you
Thunder.
mean from the Emirates to here?
Yeah,
I want what yours.
I heard something.
No, but you can hear them normally.
No, you can sometimes hear them, bro. When you score a goal, sometimes you hear them.
Yeah, you can hear
But
them.
I'm thinking it might have been the
Yeah,
Thunder.
I didn't hear them.
Might be the Thunder.
The mood is going to be broadly the same, isn't it?
Martinelli very, very central.
Look at that edge of the box, just packed with players, absolutely packed.
That's what I'm saying. Fulham have kept their shape.
Ball over
Lovely
the
spread
top,
from
nice.
Rice has been good.
Nice, Vieira into the box.
That's
Oh, was
Pen,
that a penalty?
pen. I told you I heard something there. That's definitely that.
Yeah, no.
That's definitely that.
I didn't hear nothing.
That
bro.
was
But
definitely
you
a
can
penalty,
hear. You
bro.
can normally hear.
Bro, I swear to you,
no,
that's
you
definitely
can.
that.
No, you can. You normally can hear.
No, Dix. Bro.
No, but
Man, heard
he's right.
something,
You
bro.
can. You can hear them.
But also, these types of runs are what a one Kai Havertz was not doing.
Yeah,
I mean, that
yeah.
cutting across the defence, you know what I mean? And it's basic.
Now,
it's not technical ability. It's hard work.
if you're the Fulham manager, you are going to be absolutely
Vex. Yeah, you're vexed.
incandescent with rage that your defender's done that.
Yeah.
Why is it? I mean, it's
Who's
ridiculous.
taking this as well? Is it going to be Odegaard or Saka?
Listen,
I reckon it'll be Odegaard.
Come on, man. What's the time? 66 on the clock.
I was mentioning the manager earlier, but one of his subs got us a penalty, so fair play.
Because I keep talking about Havertz, but that's
Saka's got the ball.
That's what I'm not happy about with Havertz. It's the work rate and the intensity. It's not his technical ability. It's his work rate, intensity, that type of stuff. I think they're still checking it, but
They're still checking it. It does look like it's a penalty.
Potential offside, yeah. Potential offside.
Okay, they're looking at a potential
Yeah, it can't
offside.
be because the tackle was just ridiculous. If
Forest-
you're Marco Silva and you're 1-0 up at the Emirates with less than half an hour to go, and one of your defenders does that, I'll be like looking to hook him, man.
they're saying it's offside.
Frank on Info Station thinks it's offside. We haven't even seen a replay on the screen we're watching, so I'm not too sure what's happening.
No,
but-
it's a penalty.
No, it looks like it's been given.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. It's been given. Any checks have been done.
So
Bukayo.
Saka's got it back because
Yeah.
the last penalty against Palace.
I can't even watch, man.
There's a lot of pressure on him.
Oh, just bag the pen. Just bag it. Put it
Yeah,
in
they
the back
scored
of the
though.
net.
You can hear it. You heard it. I heard it. They
Can
scored.
we?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Scored, I heard it. Thank the Lord.
Forest have
pressure.
gone down to 10 men as well in the United game. It's 2-2 there. So United should get the win with 20 plus minutes to
Are we
go.
going to see any
Saka
card for the penalty there? For the
steps
free, for
up.
the foul? Or?
A lot of pressure on the young man.
Come on, Saka, man. Just bury this, my ball.
Oh,
Referees.
The ball's not, he's saying it's not on the spot.
You know what? But I never
Doesn't
get
have
these
to be-
things though.
doesn't-
Like, why don't you just put it on the spot? Like, why do these players do this?
It's true.
He's
Corners as well, like.
It's not going to
No, but you-
confer any advantage.
Why?
Nah, it does, man. I tell you, it does.
3
You want
centimetres.
you want that extra, bro.
Bro, put it bang on the light on the centre spot and then just say, yep.
Every inch counts, blood. Man, I know that.
Calma.
Wormlet says Turkish with the super powered hearing. Trust me, Nick's trying to make me feel like I'm mad, but come on, Saka, man. 69 on the
Now we're
clock.
going to get all this time added on.
Yep, have to. Finish! Come on, get it, let's go.
Lovely.
Get it, let's
lovely.
go. Come
We
on.
know Leno can't save penalties anyway, blood. So
Yeah, that's true, actually. Right? We didn't even think
we
of
know
that.
Leno can't save pens, blood. I mean, that would have been a travesty if he didn't bag that.
We didn't even think of that. 1-1, penalty, Saka, won by Vieira.
I still want to see a yellow card for Tete for that foul. Bro.
That's a great penalty though. That's a great penalty.
Especially when you consider for the previous game,
taken.
Odegaard took the penalty. So for him to take the penalty today, there's going to be a lot more pressure on
Yeah.
him. So
But Odegaard did say in an interview that he's not the penalty taker. He just took that. But he was in the mode and he felt it, and he said, "Yeah, I fancy this one." It wasn't like a tactical thing.
All right, we're back in it. 1-1, 70 on the clock, but I think the last 3 minutes should be added on stoppage time at the end. Adama Traore is ready to come on. Lukic is coming off,
Counter attack central now.
Yeah.
and Pereira's off as well. So you can see what they're going to try with Traore.
Harrison Reed, isn't it?
Reed's
He's a Southampton boy. He's a good player actually. Tidy.
Here comes Baby Oil FC, bro.
comes what?
Baby Oil FC, bro. He loves it.
He loves it.
He does.
He
Thomas
once said that he doesn't lift weights.
Oh,
I find that very hard to believe.
Neither does Lee, to be fair.
Potato, isn't it?
man said potato. Thomas says, I said 2 goals second half. Let's get the winner. And Crosstex says, quote, not building on what we did last year. Yes, sir. Say it again. Back 4, Zinni is class. Thomas at 6. Rice 8. Kai a 65-minute sub when
There we go.
Deck is tired.
Absolutely.
I must say I'm happy for Fabio Vieira. He won the penalty.
Yeah.
He's looked bright since he's come
That's
on. so
huge. That's huge.
That's
for
good for him.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't hear
His
it.
hearing's gone. Nick, after this, I need you to call.
I heard some thunder. You hear the thunder?
I need you to call
The thunder's mad.
the GP.
The thunder's a mad thing.
No, you can go to Specsavers to get your ears tested. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, mate.
Thank the Lord.
71 on the clock. We're playing out the back. Ramsdale on the ball. Come on, man.
No way. Honestly, even though he's only played like a game and a half, I can't wait for Timber to come back from injury already. I already can't wait.
But Zinchenko has been absolutely
Yeah, since
amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come
But
on, he's been-
Zinchenko
Oh,
and
what a
Julian
ball.
Timber.
Oh, unlucky. That's probably more
It's the rain. It's the
more
rain.
strength than anything.
Oh,
What
get
are you
up.
doing on the
This is
floor? What,
pathetic.
bruv?
I hope we-
Bag while
that's
my
what we-
man's
I
on
hope
the
we
floor.
score from there, 'cause
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
being
Bag while my
pathetic,
man's on the
man.
floor, please.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
bro.
Look,
Oh,
in the
look at
box,
that. Look at
Eddie.
that. Is it Eddie?
Come on, Eddie. Come on.
Eddie.
This is more of this, man.
Where's Balogun?
This is
man?
what you got. This
Get
is what
this
you got.
Balogun guy out of here, man.
I
This is what
always
he's
knew
gonna
it,
do.
man. I always knew it, Eddie. I always. Come on, man. I've been
this
trying
Balogun
to
guy
talk
out.
Turkish, man. I've been trying to talk to this guy.
When I was advocating,
I've been trying to tell him, man. Come on, Eddie, man. Come on.
What's a Balogun? What is a
Who
Balogun?
played that ball? Vieira.
Yeah.
Listen, he's come on and
2 assists.
basically.
One for the penalty, one there.
2 assists. 2 assists.
Listen, last week your phone was disconnected. You didn't pay the mobile bill, but this week he's put you back on.
Back on.
There you
No,
go.
but you
come
know
on.
what? He can feel every right to do that because I think he should have started today.
Who's that? Eddie.
Nah, no one was saying that before.
No, listen, I
don't-
said he did. I said he was unlucky to lose his place, but I didn't have a problem with.
We're looking at the
Trossard's
replay of the replay of the goal right now, but just before that, the incident with Saka and
Do you
Bassi.
think he fouled him?
He's on.
I don't know if they're looking at it, but they could say he pulled his arm down.
No, but that's too far back though. Surely.
It should be.
That's a great finish
be.
though. That's a great ball.
That's a great ball.
Wow.
Great
That's bread and butter for Eddie. That's what he loves.
That is a. You know what? That's a great.
That's a
ball.
great
Do
finish.
you know what's great about Eddie as well? He finishes better under pressure than when he's got too much time.
Yeah.
He's got too much time,
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
fluff it. But when a defender's on him and he's got under pressure, he's got such good physicality in those moments.
Finish.
And Marco Silva, to what you said, has got to be livid. Absolutely
Yeah.
livid.
Marco Silva's getting a
He's
yellow
getting a yellow
card.
card.
Send him off, man.
Obviously, during that goal, people, if you're not watching the game, there was a Fulham player down in the penalty box.
Good. That's cheating. He's going to play on. He's going to be fine. So I'm sorry. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. You know what they were doing? Clear time wasting. You reminded me exactly
No
of
head-
Newcastle.
no head injury.
No, nothing. And again, it's up to the referee's discretion to stop the game. If that was so vital, that's it. Keep it moving. So for
Like
me-
you said, it wasn't a head injury.
no, it was
Yeah.
fine. Get up.
So-
Look.
Now he's
on.
fine. Now he's fine. There you go.
Play on.
Yeah. No, it definitely wasn't a foul. You definitely
No.
play on.
Plus,
But I
you
think
don't
he
want to
landed
encourage
tough,
this kind of thing, do you? Because once players see that they can get away with that,
Yeah.
they'll be doing that all the time. so.
Listen, we all did the watch along. No, I don't think it was. I can't remember, but we did the watch along for Newcastle, and the time wasting was horrible. And that's where this is why it's important to do this now. It's important. So I'm sorry, I don't really feel like it was that bad.
But there's a Spanish football manager arguing with the officials at the Emirates Stadium, and it's not our manager. For once.
He's not Spanish.
No, he's Portuguese.
He's Portuguese. My bad. I thought it was Spanish. But it's great that it's not our gaffer. Like, our gaffer can just sit there and chill, blood, and not get into arguments. It's great.
Now let's hope that we just keep tight, man. I don't want to see no.
Tight. I want to get a couple more.
You know what?
Yeah, a couple
Sometimes it's not worth the.
I get you.
This game we ain't played well enough for that. Like, I just want to see it out properly.
Since the man come on, we've been very good.
Listen, Fabio Vieira, this could be his moment. This could be, hopefully it is. Last season, people saying he's lightweight and stuff. And
To be fair, in the pre-season he came on and
He
had
looks
a
good,
similarly
yeah.
good impact.
Yeah, that's just flowers for Vieira. And to be honest, look,
sure.
we've talked about Havertz and having to see something, but look, there's two more players we've asked questions of in the past weeks and months, and that's Vieira and Eddie, and they've both come on, and Eddie shut someone like me up, for example, and Vieira shuts people that I've seen in a chat over the last couple of weeks saying he's not good enough. So that's what we want them to do.
Yeah.
That's what we want Havertz to do as well.
And maybe maybe in a weird way that makes you think give Havertz time, because Vieira's been here for a season, over a season now, and he's starting to show what he can do. Obviously Havertz is a bigger money signing, and that's why he's under the spotlight. But actually, if you give him some time, maybe he can grow into that under Arteta as well.
But one thing I think we can all agree, we can't go into next week with this against Man United with this formation. It just can't happen.
Yeah, with
It
the
can't.
formation we started with.
Yeah, today, yeah. We can't. We can't have Party right back and all that. It just can't happen. I'm sorry. We have to go. We look so poor defensively. We look so disjointed attacking wise. We don't seem to be in sync in the midfield. We have to get back to this formation because look, you just look so much better.
It looks like Zinchenko could be back. It looks like Tomiyasu
Yeah.
will be back. So we'll have much more defensive options. to not. and then
Is it
put-
me? But sometimes do you think, and I'm not just laying this at our manager's door, but I've seen it quite a lot in Premier League football where you get managers tinker with a team and you think, is this needed? I mean, sometimes
Just
you're
like
doing
your,
stuff that you don't need to do.
just like your opinions.
On that note, people, let's head over to Frank and get his thoughts.
This second half has been so much better. I want to give full credit to Fabio Vieira since coming on. And look what happens when we change to something more familiar. We immediately go and get goals. Fantastic. There's been a fantastic second half so far. We've got 13 minutes left just to hold on to this. Congratulations to Fabio Vieira. Redemption arc is starting here because he's not been fantastic since coming to the club, but we could have something here. He's come off the bench obviously in this one, but let's just see where we go from here. It's been fantastic in the second half. Back to you guys.
And Odegaard there with a bit of skill, and then you see when Vieira got it there,
Yeah,
that little
Cruyff
flick.
turn. Yeah, it's growing in confidence.
He's warming.
Yeah.
Although
What's bro cooking?
He did have a good performance against Brentford last season, and then it kind of
He
went.
just had a poor touch while we praise him. commentator's curse.
Yeah, and then it kind of went south. So let's hope that he.
While we're talking about opinions, I just
Bringing it back.
He's triggered. He's
Run a commercial and trying to
He's
bring it
triggered.
back.
Can we get the director behind the scenes to make sure he's taking the task, please? He's right next to you, but people don't know. But
while we're talking about opinions, I just wanted to know how humble pie tastes. I mean,
listen, you know what?
you've criticised Vieira heavily and Eddie on a number of
not
occasions.
Vieira, but Eddie. I've had my opinions.
So I
about
just
him,
wanted to know.
Listen, man, you know what? Every clock's wrong twice. Well, broken clock's wrong twice a day, innit? Or right twice a day even. So apologies. So, you know, I have. Everyone has their moments, man. So, you know, look at Gary Neville. He's loved and adored, and sometimes he comes out with stuff like Arsenal are going to finish below Man United. So, it happens.
It does happen.
Razor says your defence is in trouble.
Oh, is that not out? Is that not out?
He had 1 foot in there, wasn't it?
You want to finish that,
Oh,
Lee?
the referees.
What's that?
Razor says your defence is in trouble.
Please, man, come on.
Finish it, innit?
Listen, man. Listen, just finish the game. That's what I want to do, bro. Finish
Laurie, you wanna
Trouble.
finish?
Jesus is on the bench, blood. You know what I'm saying? The narrative.
Laurie,
Sorry?
your defence is in trouble.
I don't get that.
Nketiah is in the room. You man are not fans, blood. Nketiah is in the room, blood. He's
He
cooking.
looked at me and said, I don't get it. Listen, we are 2-1 up. We've come back from 1-0 down. United have come back from 2-0 down. They are now 3-2 up after a Fernandes penalty. And Palace have scored 1 against Brentford away, and that's 1-1. Everton 1-0 up, but it's currently being checked by VAR, so that is not confirmed.
Who got the
at
third
moment.
for United?
Bruno Fernandes.
Here's a yellow card
Penalty.
now, and there's a yellow card for the manager.
So Arteta's got a yellow. He's confused. The guy didn't zap him quick enough.
Did they say that if he gets 3, then he misses a game? Is that what they said?
4.
4.
4 yellows.
So he's got 2 so far.
You miss a game.
He's got 2
Just
so
one
far.
game you miss after 4 yellows. But yeah, 79 on the clock. Well, more or less 80. 10 to go, plus anything added on.
He's got to be
We've
careful.
still got to keep our concentration.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
100%.
Because we saw what happened in the first minute.
That goal for Everton has been chalked off, so that's still 0-0.
Everton are in huge trouble, man. Huge trouble. They've been flirting with it for a while. They need to. Oh, nice.
Oof.
Nice.
Nice.
Lovely.
Look at
Beautiful.
way. Oh, lovely.
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
Go on. Nice.
Go. Yeah. Pop. Oh.
Go yourself, go. Oh, great ball.
Should have
Very
should have
good
carried it a
football.
bit more.
Yeah. I was
Very
gonna
good football from Eddie, because he's not the technical football player. So to see him doing that, that's the side of his game that's the weakest, and it's not bad.
No, I'm going to say that wasn't a great run by Martinelli as well. I think it was a bit. Could have done a
flat.
bit better with that as well. Actually, I think it was a good piece of play by Nketiah, though. I would say, for sure.
Why are you laughing?
Give him his props, innit?
Why are you laughing?
I could have said something there, but I refrained.
Listen, man. We're all family here, man.
I like Andy refrain, blood.
Fulham on the ball, passing it about. Elbow says Vieira playing with a tenacity that we haven't seen before. It looks like he wants this, 100%. 100%. And that's what I mean when I talk about Havertz.
skip
I'm
by
not
a little bit
expecting
easy.
the world from him, but look like you want it. And sometimes I look at him and I think, you don't want it.
Yeah.
Ball into the box, Fulham head on it, but it just trickles away for what would have been a goal kick. But well,
As I said, we've got to keep our concentration, man.
Yeah.
Martinelli
It's,
there.
I see what he tried to do, but Martinelli against Raul Jimenez, he's never going to have the strength to. Maybe he does go over a little bit easy.
come on, man. Corner kick to Fulham. Reed to take it, having just come on not too long ago.
Good header.
Headed out.
Good. Go on. Where's the run? Is that Saliba?
Look at Eddie, look. Oh, should have given him the ball there.
Yeah.
Was that Saliba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
done a bit too much.
Held on to it.
There were no runners around him, to be fair. He
No.
did hold on to it for a bit long, but the runners have got to be more intense there.
No, Eddie made the run, bro.
Yeah, but it's only one. He had about 6 Fulham players. The ball would have had to be a Kevin De
All you
Bruyne-esque
need is
pass
one.
to get there.
Fulham on the ball, just coming into our half now. 82 on the clock.
Oh, what a pass.
Great ball over the top. Just outside the box, cross in, but we should get rid of that. Vieira clears.
Oh,
okay.
Ref. He's got a yellow
He's
card.
been
Get
booked
him off.
already.
Second
Red card.
yellow.
That's his second yellow, surely.
Red card. Red card.
Yeah.
To
Now fall on the floor and hold your ribs. I'm not even going to say that, blood.
So Bassey's got 2 yellows, and you know what that means. It's a red card. Fulham down to 10 men. Good work from Eddie there to just knock it past him and draw the foul in. And that should be game, set and match.
That was stupid as well because there was so much that Eddie had to do.
He's a long way away from
Yeah,
goal.
he was so far. Like that was stupid to do. Deserved.
Sometimes in the moment you don't,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
think, innit?
Diop was there. I just think, yeah, that was silly to do. Look at him. He's right behind him. Yeah, that was stupid. But yeah, clear rush of blood, innit?
Eddie, Vieira.
Jesus.
Jorginho, I think.
Man got promoted to captain as well, right?
He's captained the side before, isn't he, Eddie? Yeah, Jorginho. Here comes Jorginho now for
I don't know
Odegaard.
all that one, but
We take the piss with the captain's arm.
Bruv.
You know. We actually just take the
Bruv.
piss with it. Like, listen, we're winning. It's all good.
it's crazy.
It's for a long
we'll
service.
we take the piss, bro.
Long service.
You know we take the piss. Yeah, that's crazy.
But we've lacked leaders for a long time, to be fair.
Yeah,
Through that.
What's going on there?
Bro, they could have been.
He's going off. Who would you give it to?
Saliba.
Oh, I think
anyone
there's at least.
No, I think that was a nice move. It's just to reward Eddie for getting
Wait, hold
the
on. The
winner.
player that's coming on with
Captaincy is not a
Jorginho.
reward for a goal.
Yeah,
You
but
give Jorginho
you know,
the armband over.
I'm saying that's why
joking?
I reckon they probably just said, yeah, just, you know.
But that's
Maybe
not,
Zinni.
but that's an important role. Like, that's a player-
100% Zinni's.
Yeah, maybe I'll probably go
Come on,
Zinni. But
man.
listen, it's last 6 minutes. That's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's
So
not,
you're
let's not
telling
make a
me-
mountain out of a mole,
Yeah.
as they
Yeah,
say.
no,
Cool.
you're right. But also, what about Declan Rice? That's what everyone kept saying.
He's just joined the club. I think Declan Rice is a future Arsenal captain, but he's just joined the club. I think he needs to just focus on what he's doing,
But
and
when-
not focus on orchestrating the rest of the team.
I don't know. I mean, the same person that's the captain now, he just joined the club and then he got the captain's armband. But
He came on loan for 6 months, and then he was there at the club
yeah,
for a
but I
minute.
mean, like officially.
Yeah, but he was at the club for a minute. Had a good relationship with the manager, knew his role. It's different.
Cool. 85 on the clock. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. We went 1-0 down in the first 2 minutes. We've scored 2 goals in the second half to lead the way going into the last 5.
Look at the press and intensity. Like this is back to, we weren't seeing this for the first 35, 40 minutes of the game. Any of this, I mean, it does come down to personnel. That's exactly why Nicola Pepe can't make it in the team. He's a brilliant technical player, but he's not going to press. He's not got that intensity. So you know, we're getting rid of him, and then we're bringing in other players that don't have that. Don't make any sense.
Super chat from Freefall saying Vieira played most matches with the second team last season. Having quality players around you makes all the difference, especially for a creative player. And a question for both of you is, are you doing the big fight tonight?
No, we're not.
No.
We're not doing the big vote tonight.
Who is
We're
the big?
posting a reaction, but it's Usyk Dubois tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's important boxing is, but you don't even know no more.
So man of the match.
Don't get them
Who'd you go
started,
for?
man.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
I'd go Eddie.
Let's
I think Vieira's got to be
I
in
think
with it. If you're saying
Vieira's-
Eddie, then Vieira's got to be in with a shout.
Honestly, I think the one that changed the game the
Adama's
most
in.
was probably Vieira, so I'd probably end up giving it to
Good
Vieira.
intense defending there.
Yeah, I could see that. I
Yeah.
could see that.
I'd probably end up. Well, there's still minutes left, so
They've still got to maintain their concentration. Because all that good work come from a goal from behind. You don't want it to go awry now. Oh,
Oh,
no! That's exactly what's happened.
Harlinia, what a player.
Damn. I just said that about keeping your concentration till the end.
corner kick. Polinia scores 2-2,
Damn.
and they've got 10 men.
This has
Conceding
been the
2
story
goals
of
at
this
home
game,
to-
people.
Yeah.
To Fulham.
Saw it in the first minute, and now into the last couple of minutes, we've seen it again. How was he able to ghost in there like that? Right, who's not picking up who?
87 on the clock. He just
He's
held
in
his
between
run.
3 defenders when he did that. Look,
Yeah.
He just
Right,
held his
Saka
run and
Nketiah.
just.
Very good finish.
Very good
Saka
finish.
seemed to have switched off there, I've got to say.
Yeah.
I just said
It's been the story for a lot of the game. Not
Damn.
even with our passing in the first half, not coming to receive the ball, just being a bit static, waiting for the ball to come to you. And we can't do that. You know, this is meant to be one of the easier games, but there are no easy games in the Premier League. There aren't any.
There are no easy games, I agree. However, Fulham at home, come on now.
No,
You've gotta
absolutely.
be beating
Yeah.
them, man.
No, of course. But I'm saying, like, in terms of that intensity, coming to meet the ball, keeping that concentration, we can't be
Clearly
against
switched
anybody.
off. I mean,
yeah.
Saka, listen, he's one of my guys, man, but it did appear that he was slow to react.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
And slow to react is tantamount to lack of concentration,
Yeah.
is it not? I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
Now we've got to try and pull something off again, and they're just going to bed in.
I think there will be a few minutes added on, though.
Yeah.
Should
So,
be 3
this-
goals in the second half, injury to Bassi, a red card, and a few substitutions. We should be seeing at least
We'll
5.
get at least one opportunity in the remaining time. Can we
Yeah.
take it?
Maybe not. They're going to be at all hands on deck for
Yeah.
the last 5, and we struggle with that.
I did say, I've said it a few times, I do think that Fulham have kept their shape well and have defended well, but they can be breached. But, wow,
Not good enough, man.
it's not.
Especially when they're down to 10 men. Like, they shouldn't even have a corner. Let's be real.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
Like, against Man City, if you go down to 10 men and they're winning
Right,
the
it's
game,
promising.
you're not getting a sniff.
Got it back?
Whether they pass you to
Corner.
death or score more goals, they don't do this. Man City. That's the problem. 10 men and they're getting corners and opportunities to score. Like, come on. That's the fine margins.
Football, man.
90 minutes coming up, 10 seconds to go, so we'll see how much is added on. Ball
decent
in.
corner.
4 minutes.
I reckon at least 6.
6
At
minutes.
least.
If they're taking everything into account, then I'm thinking 5 minimum. Goals, substitutions, red card, injury. 9 minutes.
Yeah,
there
I
we
did
go.
think-
9 minutes to.
Bang that.
That's not his natural game, but that's what we want to see from him for sure.
We need a.
I like this.
we
I
need
like
a
this.
Reece Nelson.
Yeah,
last minute.
Bournemouth. I like this football
Go on,
from
Eddie.
Arsenal.
Oh,
Just keep smashing the ball at them, bro. I don't care if it's a handball. I don't care if it's an injury. I don't care what it is. Just keep licking it, edge of the box.
another substitution. I must admit, I thought we would have seen him
now
earlier.
Now we're seeing a Fulham player down, feigning injury again.
Didn't you think that?
What?
We would have seen Jesus on earlier.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Declan Rice coming off. Reasonable game for him.
Jay just saying 2 up top.
I think so, yeah.
Fulham player down.
See, and then
Just
they're
maybe
going to
first
complain
minute.
when extra time gets
Yeah,
added
yeah.
on top of this.
Yeah.
Now it's going to 100 minutes now
Yeah,
because of this, and they're going to complain.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally in favour of this type of thing. Far too many times in games before you see players wasting time, and
That first goal is just painful to
Comedy
look at.
of errors.
Painful to look at.
similarly, that was terrible by
Yeah.
Tete there. That was
Finish, Eddie, man. Feels so long ago now we've conceded this goal here.
but that goal there, man.
So far, I mean, a draw actually feels like a fair result. We climb.
It kinda
climbing up.
does.
Yeah,
I agree
because
with
it's
you,
one
you know?
goal each by silly mistakes, then
Yeah.
one goal each that's class. We need to climb out of our own casket right now.
Oh,
Who's going to be the man of the moment?
Ball in, headed out. But we've got possession still, so I expect this next 7-8 minutes to be all Arsenal.
It's a lovely ball. Oh,
it's a lovely
should've gambled.
idea. The execution
Should've
wasn't
gambled.
quite right.
But it was there for him. He could have made that.
Don't know. You're talking about one of the quicker players on the pitch.
Yeah, but I think the defender coming across is what made him not gamble for it, not that he couldn't reach it.
I guess the danger for Arsenal as well is by committing so many players
counter
forward,
with the Dharma as well.
you could actually leave yourself exposed at the back. And as you quite rightly said, with Adama on the pitch, man, boy.
That's what I worry about with Tierney, because he is our quickest defender Timber's pretty quick as well. I haven't really seen the pace.
Kiwior's supposed to be pretty quick, you know.
Not as quick as Tierney though. I mean, Tierney's rapid. I don't know which of our defenders I put in a foot race against Adama.
Ball in.
It's a good ball.
Ooh,
Come on,
dodgy touch.
Martinelli. Come on, Martinelli. That's not.
It's not been his best day, is it? Oh, well rolled.
Lovely little
Oh,
roll.
I thought he had the back heel there.
Go on, Eddie, go! Oh,
Oh. Come on, we're in the box. Trying to play it about.
oh, here we go. Oh,
So unlucky.
oh!
Oh, what a strike and what a save.
Great
was that?
athleticism.
Vieira.
there.
Who
I
was
think that was Vieira.
Offside.
What a
Imagine if that went in.
what the absolute audacity to even try that is crazy.
That is a great effort.
He's not even off like that.
He's not even off like
Nah,
that.
man. We needed lines for that. These man.
I think we've got to give Bernd Leno credit as well, man. That was an
Nah,
excellent
never.
save.
Nah, it's average.
Brentford's full-time 1-1 against Palace.
If he was wearing an Arsenal shirt that goes in, blood, where were them saves for us? My man.
Well, did you rate Leno?
Nah, I did.
I always
He's
thought he was
a good
keeper.
shot stopper. He just wasn't good with his feet.
Talking of keepers, so what do you think the upshot of that first goal will be? Do you think Raya will start against Man U?
I think Man U's too big a game to just throw him in. I think, but you never know. I guess he started against Brentford. He was a starting keeper for Brentford. No foul? No foul?
Nope, no foul.
I don't know if I put the ball through the guy's legs and what? He can wrestle me to the floor.
Come on, Arsenal, man.
Well, these two guys are MMA fans. Ask them.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Frank, you had all the stats about
Oh.
goals conceded in the first minute. Have you got the stats about how many goals you've scored in injury time in the last 6 months or so?
I can try and find it.
We've got the Reece Nelson one off the top of my head. But Aston Villa one, Jorginho,
Southampton.
Southampton. We need another one here. Come on, man. Oh, that is poor, man. Seriously. At this stage of the match,
Oh,
you
no.
can't be
Oh,
playing
no.
loose balls.
He's looking for Adama. He's looking
No,
up
no,
thinking,
I
where's
I
Traore?
thought the ref blew. The ref blew.
I think they're
such
quite
a
fortunate to
clown.
get away with that one. He's called it all the way back.
Come on, boys. Wrong message to send today. We can't be drawing at home to Fulham. After a tight one against Forest at the Emirates as well.
I think in the cold light of day, when you look at the three performances, regardless of this, what happens in the last couple of minutes, even if we was to go on to win, which we could do, I think you're still looking at the
Question marks,
performances
yeah.
and saying it's underwhelming. That's a good delivery on that.
96 on the clock. I expected to go to 100, so we've got 4 to go.
I mean, are we guilty of being complacent as well? I mean, all of us predicted 3-0s, 4-0s. I mean,
No, I'm
No.
predicting what it should be. That's it. If you don't,
yeah, but did we sort of?
nah.
No, because we went back to our
No, the reason why I
gonna get
say
yellow
that
for
is because
simulation, I think.
if you look at our performances,
We've taken a
before-
free kick quickly.
Oh god, it's Adama. This is what me and
Saliba,
Nick are
please.
worried
Great tackle.
about. Look at that pace. Look at that. Oh,
Oh,
oh my gosh.
Save.
oh, that was wow.
He's in the wrong sport, man. He should be in Budapest at the World Championship.
I do like that slide from Saliba because he's not tried to nick
Yeah,
the ball,
he's
he's
just trying to
just
get the-
cut off the lane.
Yeah.
But it is a huge gamble because Adama could easily force the
Find the
contact and go
contact,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going down the right again. Well, we're about to say lose touch.
Shoot.
Still got it.
Ref.
This pretty stuff. Like, stop it.
Tiki taka around the box.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean about the other type of striker. That in situations like this, when you need to get in the box, yeah, just have a bit more of a physical presence.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
It's a lovely cross.
It's great defending. I've got to
Zinchenko's
say.
been class since he's come on.
Here we go again.
Again. That was poor.
cross low, cleared easy, but still in the Fulham box and headed out for a throw in Arsenal.
Yeah, running out of time.
2 minutes, if that, on the clock.
Still
it's
time for it.
2-2.
We'll get at least one other chance. At least one. Could this be it? Here we go. Oh.
Ball in again, but we haven't.
Yeah,
really-
the balls into the box are confusing me a bit because we haven't really got anybody
haven't got
that's
that-
going to compete with them on a
got
target
that
man
presence,
physical
yeah.
level. Yeah,
Get it wide.
we're better off having shots from these positions that we're crossing from.
Come on. Box it.
Ball in, headed out. Zinni picks it up. 98 minutes gone.
Not good ball.
Remember 9 given, but they went down in the first minute, so I'm assuming an extra minute will be added on. Hopefully, the way it's looking.
Oh, that's well played.
God,
He caught it himself.
Can he get the cross?
fucking hell, did these men know it's the last minute or what?
I think they're worried about if the ball goes
Bruv,
out.
I'm worried
Fulham-
about not even getting a shot off at this rate.
Oh.
Cleared,
Drive,
Saliba
drive.
picks it up, and we've got another chance.
We need a shot. We need a shot.
99's on the clock now, so the 9 added has been given.
Shoot! Shoot! Oh, great
It's a
shot.
good strike. It's a really good strike.
Bernd Leno.
That's exactly, yeah, it's got to be Fabio Vieira man of the match with this. It's got to be.
That was going in as well, you know. That's a
Dipping.
great save by Leno.
Corner, Arsenal. 99
This is
and a
our
half
last chance.
minutes gone.
Last chance. Decent,
Ball in.
decent delivery.
Ref's gonna.
Oh!
Oh my
my
days! I
goodness,
thought the ref
not
was
a
about
corner.
to blow. What happened there?
Another corner. Anything. We need anything to fall for us.
Do they bring the keeper up? Do you bring Ramsdale up with it?
No.
Doesn't matter who you bring up. The final whistle's gone. It's 2-2. So yeah, people, the final whistle has gone. Arsenal 2, Fulham 2. We were 1-0 down in the first 90 seconds.
Oh, that's
Got
a
back
poor
in it in
corner.
the second half. Took the lead in the second
That's
half.
poor. That's a poor last score.
Fulham go down to 10 men, and then Fulham create a chance from a corner to level it up, and very disappointing. I'm very
It is.
disappointed. I can't even lie. Another home game where we concede way too easily. I felt the same against Forest, but we took the 3 points
Tell
today.
how disappointed. Bruno Lee's not said anything for about the last 10 minutes.
Probably doesn't want to say the wrong thing right now, because listen, especially right after a game where you're disappointed and frustrated, potentially angry.
But you know what,
I
Turkish? I'm
understand.
going to say this here, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually think that's a fair result.
Fair result.
On what we saw.
And based on what we
on
saw, the
actual
fact
football,
that
yeah.
you
I don't know,
conceded
because
that silly goal.
I think Fulham deserve a draw.
When I
Yeah.
look at the first half, we should have got 2 minimum.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
We
is,
scored
when
2
you
in the
consider
second.
that we got to 2-1, and remember, just before they had the corner,
Okay, if you're saying
you
that,
said
and away
they
team
need to keep
coming
their
to-
concentration, and you then go and allow the guy to ghost in front of you and get the equaliser, then you have to say that the lessons from this is that you have to keep your concentration for the full 90 minutes.
But it's a lesson that we should have learned already. That's what's frustrating about this. Not only have our performances taken somewhat of a hit because of the slight changes being made tactically, it's just, you know, we haven't seemed to learn of, like, it's not a hard ask to say for the first 5 minutes, make sure you're solid, control the thing.
right.
You know, I'm hearing a lot of control. We've made this change for control. Where in the first 90 seconds, don't concede a fucking goal. then.
I said, right,
That throws that control argument out the window.
I feel sorry for Arteta and the backroom staff because you spent a week preparing for this game. They would have had numerous conversations, they would have done numerous drills on the pitch. I'm sure Arteta would have been saying, listen, focus. And then with not even a minute on the clock, and Saka, the back pass, don't know what he was doing there. And then we saw Ramsdale caught off balance like that. That's what you call a comedy of errors. So you 1 down, we scratch our way back into it, then we go 2-1 up, less than 10 minutes to go of normal time. I think it was less than 5 minutes, wasn't it?
No. Yeah, there was when we went 2-1 up.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a lot of time left.
Yeah, 72.
Now, when did they score their second goal though?
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the second
86th minute.
Yeah, so there's less than 5 minutes to go.
10 men.
10 men down.
And we're meant to be a better control inside this year. That's why our attack
and
is
that's
taking a bit
why
of a
myself and Nick here are saying probably 2-2 is probably on balance a fair result. Because
I get that. No, I get that. If you take into consideration it's Fulham, away team at the Emirates against Arsenal, then yeah, I can't justify Arsenal deserving it because we had more chances to score and should have scored. Fulham came with a plan. They scored an early goal, and they done well overall. It's not one I look at and say based off of what I just saw, we deserve to win it. There's still a lot of question marks about the way we are playing and whether it's to the detriment or benefit of the side overall. Obviously, we've only got 3 games to go by.
well, I'm not being wise after the event, but myself. Well, I think we all expressed our reservations about the lineups and the formation.
Nope.
So I'm not going to deviate from that.
Nah, bro. We should have. With the lineup and the players that we had more than enough players to smoke them.
I said, no, listen, don't get it twisted, bro.
Yeah.
I said that. I said it. Regardless of who we play today,
Yeah.
we should beat Fulham. I remember saying that right at the top of the show. But what I am saying is, if you look at the 3 performances since the start of the season, none of them have been convincing.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that the tinkering with the formation and the playing guys out of position and stuff, it's not doing it for me, bro. I'm just keeping it 100. Still should have beaten Fulham, but that's my view.
We'll slowly but surely wrap it up, but I've got some super chats here that I do want to get in. Oz says, Havertz was an absolute disaster, not because of lack of chemistry, but because of lack of work rate. Vieira dropped between the lines and did more. Anthony says, I really don't like this formation. We are playing with no right back, leaving Saka on his own on the right without the full-back support. I just don't get it. Brandon says, game changed once Havertz came off. Coincidence? Arsenal still complacent, not killing games off. Al says, Arteta needs to take the L. His tactics not working. And a couple more have come in while I've got them ones out. Aman says, I think we are overreacting, I guess that is it. It's only been 4 years and he has given us an FA Cup. I have full faith we will win the Premier League in the next 3 years if Pep goes. A bit of tongue in cheek there. Every time 2 goals was slow, drop off, let them in. That's from Tech. And we've got one saying Arsenal cheated. All right. Yeah. For super chats, that's it. The game, that's it. 2-2. Still a lot to discuss. Obviously, full-time reaction. Fan zone will be going live after this. James is at the game. He was at the game. He'll be making his way back here. James will be leading it, and I'm sure you'll see a few of us on and off it. We're going to do the fan cams here. Robbie's going to do the fan cams at the stadium. But yeah, game week 3, we've just drawn out the Emirates 2-2 to Fulham. 7 points in the first 3, and we've got Man United to come here next weekend before the international break. So all we can hope for now is us bounce back against United, put them to bed as we should, and then go into the international break 10 points out of 12, and I guess reassess or stand firm with what we've been doing in the first few games in terms of tactics. Thank you to Lee, Nick and Laurie. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed and join us for Full-Time Fan Zone. Download the AFTV app. Love for the love, people. We're out. Peace.